by the creek where dreams take flight. Mountains dance with whispering leaves. Nature's hymns put hearts at ease. Flag waves high in the mountain breeze. Stories of old whisper through the trees. Eagles soar in endless sky, teach us how to reach and fly. Creekside dreams and mountain air find me there without a care. Whispered secrets, flowing streams, chasing moonlit starry beams. Workshop nest amidst the wood, doing things just cause we could. Crafting tales with coffee in hand, together in this peaceful land. Fireside with ember glow, nighttime tales from long ago. Hearts are warm, our spirits free, underneath the old oak tree. Creekside dreams and mountain air find me there without a care. Whispered secrets, flowing streams, chasing moonlit starry beams. Workshop nest amidst the wood, doing things just cause we could. Crafting tales with coffee in hand, together in this peaceful land. Fireside with ember glow, nighttime tales from long ago. Hearts are warm, our spirits free, underneath the old oak tree. Creekside dreams and mountain air find me there without a care. Whispered secrets, flowing streams, chasing moonlit starry beams. Dreams and mountain air find me there without a care. Whispered secrets, flowing streams, chasing moonlit starry beams.
Hey, good morning, people.
Good morning, everybody. Baby, you're down.
All right. Let's see what we got going on.
You're good, Lou. You're good.
All right. Where's all our people in the house today?
We've got a fly on the wall. Miss Tammy. Tim. Magic. Mr. Robert. Nemesis. Daniel. Ruby's Rescue. Lulu. Miss PJ. Mrs. Yoda. Good morning, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
All right. Miss Yoda, what's up? It was a pleasure talking to you last night, young lady. Mercedes Lilo. I know I saw the Tam in the house. Miss Tammy, good morning. Gary, what's happening?
Miss Karen, good morning. Gary.
All right, all right.
I have the chaos birds in the background this morning.
Oh my God, the sun is out full force now.
Yeah, I had to close my blinds so I could see the computer screen.
I haven't seen the sun in about a week now.
Yeah, that was us last week. We couldn't see the sun.
Yeah, it comes out and just peaks for a few minutes and then it's gone again. Max, what's up, man? What's happening, buddy?
Hey, Max.
Board. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, there's been all kinds of stuff happening.
Yeah?
Georgie got to read the new motion from the Bubblehead
Bubble
last
braid.
night.
Oh my God, that hurt my brain.
I didn't read it live, but I read it, and it's pretty interesting. We're going to try and coax Georgie into reading it today, and we'll go stop and talk about it as she goes along, if we can get her to do it. We'll leave it up to the chat. Let the chat decide.
Well, it's a motion that we expected from either side. But of course, Bubbles had to do what Bubbles does best and add a bunch of YouTube bullshit to it.
I don't know. I've never heard of anything like that. To sit there and try and have a case dismissed so his client can turn around and file a lawsuit. Because if this case proceeds, it's going to hurt Jeremy's, or it's going to hurt their case if Jeremy's case proceeds. Jeremy filed it first. Jeremy's literally paying for it. Lynette and them just want something for free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not paying for any kind of court filings whatsoever. So it's pretty wild. So I let the chat decide on whether or not they want Georgie to read it.
Dear Jesus, I'll have to go pull it up. Means I have to open Discord, and that's like a... Not as well, since we'll probably have an answer here soon.
Judge been pretty quick on them answers.
Yeah, the screenshot I received this morning, though, is stating that it's waiting on a reply from Shockit.
See, that's another thing. He's filing these frivolous motions, and everyone that Randy files, Jeremy has to pay for. There's got to be, this judge has got to see what this jerk's doing. He's just trying to bleed Jeremy, is what he's trying to do.
Well, hi, Kevin and Miss Landa. You go, girl, Miss Yoda. You go.
Nemesis is in the house. What's up, Karen's Books?
All these people filing these bar complaints against him, that should grab some attention. Me too, Karen. Me too.
Orphan Kitty in the house. What's happening, girl? Mercedes!
So, as me and Squid pointed out last night, do y'all notice what's missing off at the top of this motion?
Oh, we can't see it because it's too small.
Well, that would be because it's too small on our screen.
Oh, you'd probably see it better if somebody would scroll in. Look at how much better that is.
Look what's missing. What is it supposed to say on the bottom? The Gainesville District.
He's idiot. This guy's a complete moron.
Listen, Bubbles, just because you type it doesn't make it true. Just because you make it up in your freaking brain doesn't make it true. It's already in Gainesville, homie. Gainesville is part of the Northern District.
It's funny, even Jeremy pointed that out. And Randy's even pointed it out. At this point, is this guy actually this stupid, or is he just filing this frivolous stuff, like I said, to cost Jeremy more money? It's just ridiculous.
I think he's this fucking stupid. I do. I highly believe he's this stupid. I think the drugs have fried his brain cells.
I don't know. This guy is something else.
Good morning, Deanna.
Mercedes, Miss PJ, what's happening, girl? What's happening? Yes, we having fun on our regular scheduled time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We are here having fun with our friends in the chat. Yeah, buddy. Where everybody comes to feel safe and enjoy talk time with Georgie and Coop.
Yes.
All right, guys and gals in the chat, if you don't mind, hit that like button. So old Screw Tube sends us out into the interwebs. Are so inclined.
You know what? Chat made a good point. Miss Tammy brought up.
Good morning, Mike.
She does not believe that JH made over 200 videos directly about LP, and she's correct. If we go back to Jeremy's playlist, I'm going to bring him up first so I can see it for my own eyes. And you go to the Otter Creek playlist.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mikey.
My channel is blowing up with my story this morning on John German.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all about that here in just a little bit.
I was the first Otter Creek. There's 521 videos total in the Otter Creek playlist.
On whose playlist?
What the hell's?
Okay.
But they're not all about Lynette.
No.
I mean, just there's 365 days in a year, and Jeremy does a video every day, but you take out, the ones that are storage videos where he doesn't really discuss her, in a year.
Take out the town hall videos where she's not really that discussed in them.
Exactly.
Until she ran for a seat, she wasn't discussed in the town hall videos.
And especially now, he maybe does one or two a week about her or about the case. So it's fallen way off. He's back to doing his storage videos.
Yeah. Not just that, but he's been showing off the property and playing with the animals and working in the schoolhouse in these videos. We've not seen a video about Lynette.
That's why I'm so glad about us doing these type of things, is we're taking the pressure off him and he can do the things that really matter to him.
Right. He about the only time he talks about those losers is on Sunday or on his members only. But most of the time he's went back to different programming.
Which is funny because I'll watch his storage videos, but that's not why I watch him. I really started watching him every day with the whole battle with the Otter Creek government. That's where my interest was.
Right. Oh my goodness. Cool.
I would watch his storage videos in Ohio, be like, okay, where's he at today? And if it was somewhere of Ohio where I've been, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know that place.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Papa Jim's in the house. Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you today, young man?
I need Slug. I was going to message Slug, but I haven't yet. I think I'm going to get a small 3D printer.
It's just amazing how much this technology today is not nearly as expensive as it was 5 years ago. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm a noob at it. I've never done anything, so I want something easy. I don't want to invest $1,000. Uh, I'll probably invest like 250, maybe even 300 if it's right. But it's funny because my kid is really into 3D printing stuff, and I've had some friends 3D print some stuff for him, and he loves it. So I'm like, maybe I'll get into that. Plus, it's always good to have more guns around the house. You guys both glossed over that.
what's that?
I said, plus, it's good to have more guns around the house.
Yeah.
Always.
3D printing ghost guns. Watch, the haters will now send the ATF to my house. He's printing
Right.
ghost guns.
Well, Mikey's got a fresh voice. Mikey can read it this morning. That way, you read it last night. Mikey can read it today. How's that?
Hold on here.
Oh,
About
I
my
forgot
mobile.
you're on your phone. So
I can see it. I can see it. Hold on here. In fact, I think I have a set of my glasses. Hold on.
good morning, Nikki. Kevin, what's
Oh no.
happening?
No, my glasses are out in the car, but I can read it. So if you want me to read it, I can.
Oh, that's between you and Georgie. I read too slow.
Gary said you can get a basic one for 150 to 200 or a refurb for under 100.
Exactly. The technology today is cheap, especially with all these Chinese companies. Now, granted, they're not going to be as, you know, what can I say? They're not going to have all the bells and whistles like the expensive ones, like most people are going to tell you, oh, you need to buy this. But, starting out small like that to get your foot in the door and learn it, there's nothing wrong with starting out inexpensive, in my opinion. And if you like it, you use the inexpensive one to make some money, and then you turn around and buy a better one. Reinvest.
Yeah, I just want one big enough to 3D print some small handgun size stuff for purposes.
Yeah, man, there's so much stuff out there you can do with those things. I've got a buddy of mine on Facebook. He was one of my Paracord people. And like a lot of them, over time they branch out into new hobbies. And he got into the 3D printing stuff. And man,
I started. I'm going to be doing some paracord ornaments. I think those will sell well. So I do like doing that, and Coop, you've kind of put me onto that. So I'm going to do some of those, but I like the idea of doing more ornament type stuff. I think that's something I could put as merchandise up, and at least know when it gets to the holidays, I'll probably sell some stuff.
Gary said he got a filament one and he just got a resin printer too.
Which one is better?
Oh, there depends on how much money you want to spend. I mean, the ones that you can print with multiple colors, I mean, you're gonna spend a little more money for, but you got more options. But
yeah, I'm thinking like 300 would probably be my max.
Oh, you can probably get a pretty decent one for around $300, I would imagine. I mean, I would start out on Amazon. That's where I find all of my good deals.
My son is really into Warhammer and D&D, and they go to a place and they buy the characters and whatnot. But there's a lot of people who 3D print their characters. I've got a lot of paracord bracelets I sell.
Did you see? I don't know if you guys watched Melissa Joy. Don't go there. We'll talk.
I didn't watch her recently. Like,
no, it's back when her and Tat were talking, doing their live streams together a lot, she's got a 3D printer that she said she found in one of her storage units, and she printed that dragon. Have you seen that the linkable dragon that a lot of the 3D printers are guys are printing?
A friend of mine did a Chinese linked dragon for my son.
It's probably the same one I'm talking about. You know, there's just so much of that stuff, and she's like she said, she just was playing with it, and it was amazing the quality that came out of that. And she says, "I'm not an expert. I was just playing with it."
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's got one of the cheapest ones you could probably buy. Like I said, she found it in a storage unit. So
I use that same line all the time.
all right, you lost me.
Georgie is not paying attention.
Not at all. I zoned out.
She said, "I'm not an expert. I'm just playing with it." And I said, "Yeah, I use that same line all the time."
Gary said he hasn't printed anything with the resin one yet, but the filament one has been running almost constant for the last 2.5 months.
Now that is something that I haven't really dove into these things at all. I've read a little bit, watched a few videos, but I do the resin one and the filament one. They're two different beasts. I don't know which one I would get. The filament one I think would be cheaper than the resin one, wouldn't it, Gary? The resin one's pretty cool because it sits there and pumps up and down as it's building layer by layer. You know what I'm talking about, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, SMN.
Good morning, SMN.
Oh, I gotta write something down. I'm running out of empty pages.
Dear diary.
Yeah, buddy.
Awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
Does anybody know what time the rally is Sunday night? Or Sunday morning?
I do not.
Which rally?
Trump's
pre-inaugural.
Yeah, the pre-inauguration rally.
Okay. I went to Clinton's on a school trip back in '92. That's how old I am.
Sweet, fly on the wall. Good morning.
Thank you, Jen. Everybody, please give to Uncle Frank's family.
Did the link? Yeah, Jen. Thunder posted the link. Good girl.
They are not happy that the Harley Grace petition has over 1,000 signatures. They were really pissed about that.
They can just get pissed.
8 a.m. my time.
I haven't watched them in a few days. Did they?
They had 2 posts about me in the hate group.
They're obsessed with you.
Yeah, take a number. You and all those models.
Thank you, Lilu. Thank you. And thank you, Nikki. Thank you. What goal?
Wait, what? Thank you, Nikki, for the $4.99. Let's get this goal met. TGIF. Love you, sweetie. Love you too, Nikki.
Super chat.
Lulu, 2 pounds. We love you too. Don't be growling at me.
Georgie needs a lot of super chats. On Georgie's channel, this is a Skipper Ask Me Anything, but you have to do it via super chat. You can ask me anything.
Yes. Y'all got any questions for Skipper? Y'all can even make it dirty. We'll make it a spicy Friday morning.
It'll be like, Skipper, what gives you the right?
I just would like everybody in the chat to know, as much as it's thanked, yes, thank you. No one is expected to
No.
ever give a super chat on my channel, period. I make enough off of the commercials. I don't expect anybody to come out of pocket with anything. I don't want you guys to feel that you ever have to send me a super chat. It's appreciated, but not expected.
I did the goal to make it fun, not
I'm
for y'all to be
We'll talk about that
expected.
later. I don't want anybody to ever feel obligated on one of my streams ever.
This is reverse psychology. He really does.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't give to Coop, I'm going to yell at you.
Ooh.
Oh my God. So, okay. I went, I came up here with the hopes of going to a show, and VetTix didn't put up any good shows. So I was like, I don't want to spend $80. So I ended up going to the comedy club, and I started dying laughing because the comedian was talking about MMA, and he was like, yeah, if you're getting choked out, what would they do if you just started masturbating? He's like, because I've always wondered about autoerotic asphyxiation as well. I was
Roy
dying in the place.
Roy said, "Nope, I know better than to ask questions of a crayon eater." They're picking
You
on you,
can,
Skipper.
they can pick away. Honestly, Marines will give you the best answers because they're all unhinged, myself
Magic
included.
Magic said, "Yell at me, baby. I like it." I love our chat.
Yeah, I got a video that I need to edit now. I tried Whataburger for the first time, so I've got a full review. So all the veterans from Texas can leave me alone. I've tried Whataburger.
I looked at the map last night. Remember I told you yesterday that they used to be real strong in the South? I looked at
Yep.
the map. The only ones left are up around Pensacola to the Panhandle, or to the from Pensacola to the Crook right there. What do they call that? Where
I get
Herbs.
in. I don't know what they call it.
It's up around Cedar Key, up around that area.
I
Anyway, that's where all the Whataburgers are left in Florida, just up there and one in Jacksonville.
There is one in California, and it's over near Solvang. So
Oh,
this is
where is your video at, Mikey's?
my video. It's on my channel.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to find it.
Go
Yep.
get it.
I'm going to find it.
What?
Last I checked, it was already over 1,000 views. So thank you to everyone who watched it.
Lou, you're fine, darling. You're fine.
Okay.
Chill out.
That's it.
Yep, 1,300 views. So I get into the debate about In-N-Out, Whataburger, and Five Guys. I won't. You'll have to watch the video when it comes out to get my take on it. But I do get into that.
We have a Whataburger in Huntsville, and I didn't really care for it. Maybe it's because of where it's at, but
Here's what I'll say: they need to start selling the spicy ketchup. I loved it.
All right. How many guys in the chat have not seen Mike's new video? One, if you have not seen it, please go over and check it out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nikki's comment's still up on the screen.
If nobody's seen Mikey's video, we'll post it in the chat.
Can everyone please say a prayer for Robert Tower? Please.
Absolutely. Robert, do you need anything? Because I think Robert's a veteran.
I've never even asked where Robert even lives.
He lost his puppy last night.
Oh.
Oh,
His little sidekick. He was telling us yesterday morning that he thought something was wrong with her because she wasn't eating.
Yep, that's normally a sign.
is there anything that we can do to help Robert? And I will post.
Thank you, Yankee Bell.
There is. I posted Mikey's link to his video on my side, and now I'll go over and post it on Georgie's side. So if you guys get a chance, please go over, watch Mikey's video at Veteran Nason's YouTube channel. Give him some views. Give him a sub if you haven't subbed to him already. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. And I'll just pin that puppy right to the top of my chat. You want it pinned to yours?
Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm
and we're gonna
texting the hubby.
We're gonna watch. Well, I'm over here. I can pin it for you. Oh no, I can't. You took some of my abilities away.
No, I did not. You have full abilities. I don't think mods can pin comments though.
Oh wow. I don't know. I can.
Yes, ma'am, Lou.
Channel activity. Go to
Georgie,
channel.
look at Discord.
That's what I just said. Yes, ma'am, Lou.
I don't know. But we're gonna watch this. A little contents, Mike. Give them a little bit of context about what they're fixing to watch.
So John German has been, for the better part of the last year, been making accusations about Jeremy, various different ones, claiming that he stages his videos, the storage units, that he uh, has been working with other peoples to drive up the price on storage things, and he also claims that he bought a unit that he paid $12,000 for, and that Jeremy ripped him off on that unit. So I show his comments that he said to me. I show his evidence, and I lay it all out. And it's up to you guys to decide if Jeremy ripped him off or not.
So he contacted you, wanting you to do a story about this.
Yes, wanted me to have him on my channel to discuss it.
So you decided to do the story. I just don't think he's going to like the story.
Well, and the thing is, I do show his comments, so I'm not. I wasn't gonna do this story, but he just wouldn't shut up about it. I gave him, like I told him, I said, if you sue Jeremy and you have an attorney, I wouldn't do interviews about this until you do that. And had he done that, then I would have had him on the show. I would have had him and his attorney on and talked to him. But he hasn't sued Jeremy. In fact, lawyers have told them they're not going to sue Jeremy. So, but I get into all that. So I didn't want him to claim that I misrepresented what he told me. So I show his DMs in there. I talk about, I show his evidence. We look at Jeremy's videos. Jeremy did give me permission. I asked Jeremy a couple questions. He verified some things for me. So
you actually just all you did was report the truth.
The truth is, I have it currently. Yes, and he keeps saying that. Like, he's responded to me and said, I only know 10% of what actually happened. And I'm like, okay, well, either do a lawsuit, so then you can have everything public record, or show me your evidence. And, you know, uh, he keeps coming back to me with new things that he's saying, but no new evidence.
Got it. Got it. All right, we're just going to dive right into this if you guys don't mind. Mikey, stop us at any time if you want to talk about something during your video.
Oh, go right ahead.
All right, well, we're going to hit the road, chat. I better unmute it, huh?
Once I get into it, you'll understand. And I've had to re-record this thing because the person involved who started this story started messaging me again when I started publicly talking that I was going to do this story. And so in the interest of transparency, I'm going to show everything. And this story, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So, for this individual, I mean, it is what it is. That's one thing I'll say. This is the story of John German. Now, he reached out to me because he is an Air Force veteran. And I'll listen to any veteran. But he then went into a story, which he has done on Milltown's Best. And actually, I will link to that story, to that video in the description, so you can all watch it for yourself. I have the transcript, which I will be going through, but he's been very public with his accusations against Jeremy Hales. And I'm just going to go right through and show you the type of things that he has been discussing and talking about. So here we go. So this is where he had reached out to me. He had publicly stated that, hey, I'm a Air Force veteran. Jeremy Hales ripped me off. And I was like, okay, I will look at what you have. And so he was asking me, am I familiar with storage auctions? Now, this has been going around. Pretty much, he is stating that these two units right here. Now he's posted this. Other people have posted this. So this is nothing new. But all the new stuff that you're going to see are pretty much going to be his private messages with me, and then Jeremy has given me permission to show his video. But he's saying that these two storage auctions are the same, and yeah, like you'll see. To me, they don't appear to be. I'm trying to see if there's some way I can do this. I don't want to show everybody's stuff. Some people message me. I don't want to take away their right to anonymously message me. 3 types of auctions are lien, private seller, and manager special. We only buy lien units. And then he goes into, they bought the storage unit for $12K. And he actually has given me proof of this. Here, I'm going to pull it up over here on this screen. Sorry, I'm doing this. The reason why I'm not doing this live is because I know my attention span, and I don't want to, screw something up. So there you go. This is his receipt. $9,000 was due at the facility. They had to put a little bit over $2,000 down. So yeah, it came in at a little bit under $12,000. But I mean, that's a fair estimate. So I'm okay with that. The only thing I'm not an expert on storage units, but I don't think I would ever pay $12,000 for a storage unit. Like that to me, that's a very high, you know, and I do business separately. That's a very high investment for the chances of, you know, not the world's greatest reward. And you know what? I am going to download this now. I'm going to save image as. So here, let me do this. I'll put. There we go. So we'll do that. And I'm going to download this. Because I didn't have that one saved in my thing. But so, sorry. I know this is a video. Just bear with me. The good thing is you guys can fast forward. Okay. So right here, we have this, and yeah, he spent $12,000 on it, and yeah, these. Oh, I did have it. Okay, I'm screwing up today. So okay, he paid $12,000 for this, and Jeremy bid on this. Okay, and this is part of his story. He says that Jeremy was running up the bid on this unit, and he publicly states that on Milltown's Best. I don't believe he told me that, but he did tell that to Milltown's Best. And here's why this is why Jeremy right here was bidding on it, is because of this machine here. This is one of those big, like, I don't know if it just sweeps the floor and is like a sweeper / vacuum, but it's big, it's industrial. I don't know if it's if it like waxes the floor either. But this is why these things can go for like $10,000. That's why both of them wanted this. They can go for $10,000. Now, will it sell for $10,000 used? I don't know. But Jeremy was looking at this for use in the schoolhouse. And that's what he's got a members only live where he discusses this. I'm not a member of Jeremy's channel, so I don't have access to that. I do know people who have watched it and have showed it to me. So I can verify that. But this is why Jeremy, and he says that these two are the same. Now, people have done, they have done where they have looked at both of these and said, yeah, there's no way these are the same based upon that. But I do want to show you this here. He says, I bought the items for $12K. Okay, I knew it was a scam, but I had no evidence at the time and we let it go. Okay, this was my first red flag in my dealings with him. If you knew something was a scam, why do you not go to the cops? Like, that I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to get into, he called Storage Treasures again to let them know this was a scam. And pretty much he was getting the runaround. I do know that, that's what he has been, talking about. Now, I do want to get into the transcript, because I do have that here. And I want to read you what he's told Milltown's Best. Because there's a... he said... so the same unit and everything does go up for auction later after he buys his and there's not really anything in it of value. And he says, another unit that looked like mine, I'm thinking somebody else is about to get scammed. You want to stop it. So I went to maybe try to stop it ahead of time, but that didn't happen. So instead, I watched the auction end. I decided to drive down to the facility and find out who purchased the unit and see if maybe I could find an ally, someone else that had the same thing. Same thing happened to them. We're angry at this point. You were full of anger. Finally, a truck shows up with a large trailer, and this is I'm about to leave to a black truck. A black truck shows up. I don't make the connection. It's a very different viewpoint. So he's kind of talking about two different things. When he got the unit, he does claim that there's a black truck that is there at the unit. Let me see if I can. Yeah, he was about to leave. As he was doing it, there was this black truck that he states on Milltowns that was sitting off to the side, kind of watching him finish up going through his thing. Well, then when the second auction goes, so this one right here, when that goes, that black truck, he's saying it's the same black truck, is there with a trailer, introduces himself as Jeremy Hales. And I thought it was strange because they were without eyesight of me for a good 45 minutes or so, and it wasn't such a strange thing that I called my wife and made a comment. Well, later, when he's leaving the auction, the unit the second time when he didn't buy it, he's on the phone with his wife, and his wife says that was the guy, and that's where they get their connection to Jeremy Hales. One thing I'll say, other than that in Jeremy's videos, they have no proof. No proof at all. Like, there's no proof that Jeremy was in the black truck watching him the first time. That this is all that he has in connection with Jeremy. He says that he paid an employee. When he got there, he paid an employee in cash, $9.5K. I'll just tell you, folks, don't ever walk around with that amount of money. If you get pulled over, the cops can actually confiscate that amount of money. Civil forfeiture. It's completely legal. And as a business, you should always deal in things with receipts. He claims that both of the auctions were deleted within 12 hours of him reporting them as a scam. And he called VP Gerald Valve storage facility Smart Stop self-storage and explained that those auctions didn't take place because he knows the owner of Storage Treasures, Robert Cheedy, and that they have an understanding that Smart Stop is under contract with selfstorageauction.com, not Storage Treasures. Okay? Now, excuse me a little bit because he's kind of all over the place. The employee that he gave money to was Darnell, and Darnell ended up passing away. And it sucks for him that Darnell passed away because really it looks to me like this is the guy who really ripped him off. Looks like Darnell put a storage auction up on Storage Treasures that was not allowed by the storage facility. Of storage facility Smart Stop. So it doesn't look like there's any type of contractual relationship between the two. Darnell put this thing, did it all in cash. So, there's not a lot of paper trail here. He's not showed me any type of receipts from Darnell. Just this, where's it at here? Just this receipt, which I already showed you guys, but I'll put it back up for you. So then you guys can see it all for yourself. So that's his only receipt right there. Here's everything. And the unit and everything does match up to that first auction that he showed. the one with the sorry, the one with the heavy duty thing. But yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I've seen. Now, here's his next round of proof. He's got these boxes right here. That's him. These boxes. There's also these guns, which will be a little bit important later. These guns are kind of an interesting thing about this, because you'll see when Jeremy actually wins the second unit, the guns kind of come into play. But he talks about these, and the reason being is because of right here. So this block lettering that he has. So, and if any of you guys want these, this I actually took from Stupid Dave's video. I just did a screenshot. But yeah, this is only for proof and everything. But yeah, he's saying that this block lettering right there is why he's saying it matches up to this, which I believe this comes from Jeremy's video. So this is his second form of proof. Look, I'm not a handwriting expert, and block lettering is the hardest type to compare. There are things that we can compare though, like there's the A, there's the O's. So here's coin collection. The C's are done in a very specific way. The R. So you can compare these. The R seems to be the closest thing, but this person, like, they drag their R out. There's no C, so there's not a lot to compare here. There's no G's because there's a very distinctive G on this one. So yeah, like, but the closest is the R. This one, that kind of has a drug out R. Coin collection. Is there any E's? I don't see. Yeah, no E's here. The C, it's hard to tell. It looks a little bit different, but I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying this is not the world's strongest evidence. So that was what he went through with what's it that he went through with Stupid Dave. Now he does get in contact with he says, oh yeah, here, not realizing he was a scammer. Well, that's why you don't deal in cash. I ask him here, do you have an active court case? He says he doesn't. He's saying that, yeah, there's one side manipulate. We go back to this. You see this with the anti-Hales ecosystem. Everything is one-sided. It's manipulation of the truth. Okay, fine, whatever, got it. I told him, I said, look, I would sue, and I would only stick to speaking publicly with your attorney. That's why she's in trouble. And I said, it was talking about all these people. Guapo, he did the same thing. We talk a little bit. He's I've done interviews with Meltdown. He still has not addressed it. Well, here's the thing. Jeremy doesn't have to address it. Like, there's nothing in court. Now here, he did say that he had filed a civil suit. I don't recall if I named just SmartStop or Storage Treasures. And I asked him what county it was filed in. Now I want to show you this. So this is from Storage Treasures, Amanda Holt. So pretty much they're saying that they didn't misrepresent the auction, but here's the thing. Storage Treasures gives him his money back. Where's it at here? I believe I have proof of it. Maybe he gives it to me in here. But yeah, he even says that he gave the money back. And now he's also claiming that Jeremy drove the bid up. And Jeremy was bidding. Proving that Jeremy drove the bidding up is going to be incredibly hard. You have to prove that there's a connection between Jeremy and Storage Treasures. Other than Jeremy just being on Storage Treasures website and doing a members only live and bidding on things. And people were encouraging him to bid. And then at a certain point, when it got over a certain amount of money, people were like, hey, stop bidding. And that's what Jeremy did. Of course, he says, I'm giving you 5% of the information. That's something that he says all the time. And you see that with people, they'll say things like, well, you only know half the story. Okay, well, then tell me the full story. Like, what proof do you have? You're only at 10% of the... Okay, from what I've seen... I said, are you suing him? And he's like, my attorney was only interested in easy money in suing the storage facility, since that was the easier case for her to prove in court. To add Jeremy's name would have involved more money than I have. I have those messages from my attorney as well. And you want me to give you a platform for these allegations. To answer any questions you have. Okay, well, you can answer them right here in this venue, but he's not really willing to do that. He's been on Milltowns. He hasn't answered the question on Milltown. So, to give someone a live platform on my show takes a lot of trust. And, when someone's showing you stuff like this, they don't always want to show you everything. You know what I mean? And I'm only at 10%. Okay, well, what other information? Like, hard, concrete facts is what people need. So, did he? I think he deleted the rest of our conversation. I'll have to go through and look. Because I'll show the other conversation if I have them. I believe I do. Yeah, but his attorney is saying to him, look, you can't sue Jeremy Hales. He's saying it would cost him more money. Now, I don't see anything here where, his lawsuit was, had anything to do with Jeremy. There's nothing provable from what I could tell. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is his lawsuit, okay? This is his lawsuit. Hillsborough County. Plaintiff, Justin German, Open Tech Alliance. Open Tech Alliance owns Storage Treasures. So he didn't even sue Smart Stop, the people who actually ripped him off and took the majority of his money. So the case was dismissed, no prosecution. Pretty much he filed it. He claims that he was filing it to get information. And that does happen. That's legitimate. But Storage Treasures is like, yeah, no, we paid you. We paid you the money that, we charge. So there's nothing more. We haven't benefited any more than that. You already have it. Show us more injury that we've done to you to be able to prove this. And you can't. And it was dismissed. It doesn't say, I didn't see in here where it said if it was with prejudice or not. But pretty much they just went through the motions. He's gotten his money from them. Who he's not suing is the Storage Smart or Smart Storage or whatever. He's not suing them. Oh, and here I do want to show you guys. This is the Milltown's Best video. So I'll give him a plug. This is the video if you want to watch his interview right here. You can watch it for yourself. But yeah, that's his interview with Stupid Dave. Here's the other thing. He did a complaint. Yeah, he did a complaint on storage treasures. So everything he's doing is focused on storage treasures, which, again, I'm okay with. I have no problem with that. You got screwed over. You need stuff, but John purchased a storage unit, contents from a private seller. John felt the unit contents were counterfeit, while storage treasures did nothing illegal, immoral, or unethical. We did refund John the fees he paid storage treasures. The refund documentation is attached. So he's got his money from storage treasures. What he doesn't have is the $9,500 that was taken by the worker, Darnell. And here's the thing, Darnell's passed away. He would have to sue Darnell's either Smart Stop, self-storage, like he'll have to sue them, or sue Darnell's estate, essentially. Let me see. Are these coming up? Okay, so yeah, he deleted the second half of our conversation where he comes back at me because he knew I was doing a story. So yeah, a couple weeks ago, these were already archived, but he came back to me with more stuff. I'll look for those. I'm pretty sure I screenshotted them. I'll just have to look through, which is funny. Again, if you're saying that I only have 10% of the information and this is so concrete, why are you deleting messages, dude? So yeah, see right here, here's a, oh wait, no, these are it. I'm sorry. No, he didn't delete them. So here they are from, he wants to come on my show. And I'm saying, how is Jeremy involved? He was operating out of that location and working with management there and staging both units. You have proof of this? Yes, I posted it multiple times. There is no proof. The best he has is these storage these containers with block lettering on them. Like this up here, this doesn't prove anything. Like, I'll put it back up, but there is nothing in these. Like, people have looked at this and dissected it. There's like nothing. It's a completely different unit. Completely different. Like, all the things that you see in these are normal things to see. Now, I am going to show you Jeremy's video. Okay? Jeremy has given me permission to show this. I will put the name of it is He Hoarded Guns. I bought the most expensive unit in the country. It's over a year old, but I'm going to put it on a little bit slower speed, and we'll go through it. I want you guys to. I'm not going to play the audio. Go watch Jeremy's video. Go watch Stupid Dave's interview. Now he's saying that this is now here. Stop. Now we'll compare this right here to this one here. Already we see this right here, and it is right here. So the picture is an adequate representation of what is in that unit. You can see the little toy car right here. Boom. The ride along toy. And this, when Jeremy bid on this, I believe he did a members only live on this. This is why he was bidding on it. Okay. But we're going to play a little bit. And he shows this area. Boom. What do we see right here? Guns. He hoarded guns. You know, it says it right there. He hoarded guns. 1, 2, 3. And there's a fishing pole here. So let's go back to his picture of the unit that John got. So this is picture number 1 that I'm about to put. Oh, you guys saw it. Sorry. Picture number 1. There is a gun here. Okay. See, there's a gun case. This to me appears to be a shotgun. Okay. These are bolt action rifles. Okay. So totally different things that we're seeing in these. I can't make out any more lettering. Now, the other thing he stated was that, like, these boxes up here prove, like, that these right here, that we can see in this video. So let's back up just a little bit. Let's see if we can see them right here. And there are boxes over there. Right there. I believe there is another way of seeing those boxes. But everything in here is very consistent. You have hunting rifles, guns, you see hunting apparel, it'll appear over here. Those we see the safe, okay. Like everything else, and I've been through this, I've tried to dissect from the few pictures that he showed. So these are a different size box than these. Like this top one is open. This one could maybe. Sorry, I'm hitting the wrong thing. Could maybe be this top one, but that one's too big. But I don't see it. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't see it. But here, let's watch more of Jeremy's video. And again, go to Jeremy, go to Stupid Dave. You can watch these all for yourself. But he, especially in Stupid Dave's video, he makes a lot of accusations at Jeremy. A lot of them. And
all right, chat. Thank you, Coopy, for pausing for a second.
Sorry, I was on another page.
Oh, yeah, I've been bouncing back and forth. We did get an answer from McDreamy. I will address that in just a moment. We are at 31:51 on Mike's 57-minute video. So what? Just a little over halfway through. I got 20 minutes left of it.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about 26-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus, my notifications are going crazy. Yes, the motion was granted, but it really doesn't matter. It's not actually a true win for Bubbles because Jeremy already told us he's not going to settle. And that's all mediation really is to come to a settlement or a solution outside of having to go to trial. We already knew that there's going to be no settlement.
They have no money.
Well, not only that, but Jeremy's voice and his evidence needs to be heard. It needs to be put out there on.
Exactly.
On
this
trial.
This is the same shit she did during the trying to get the PO against him. He never got heard by the judge.
And that's all Bubbles was trying to do. All he did, he technically made it a win for Jeremy. Because filing this motion was a motion we was expecting from either side with mediation. I honestly expected Randy to beat Bubbles to it, but because we already knew he wasn't going to settle. So it's not technically a win for Bubbles, but in their eyes it's a win. But it's a win-win for both sides.
In my opinion, I think he's trying to push it forward faster, trying to keep the rest of them off as defendants. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying, but I honestly think that after the 24th, I think next week.
Oh, what's on the 24th?
Lisa's deposition.
Okay.
So we've got Lisa's deposition on the 24th, and on the 28th, we've got Marla's.
I think they're getting scared as shit. I really do. I think they're getting really scared, and he's trying everything he can to figure out a way to
To
get
get
this
out
out
of
of
it.
court. But I got a feeling a bombshell is going to drop, and when it drops, the bombshell I'm looking for is for every one of those people to be added to the defendants list.
I wished McDreamy would hurry up and just be like, oh, by the way, you're a defendant now.
But
But I have a feeling that after the 24th and the 28th, those two, let's see, we got Russ this month. We've got, who else was
Rat
it?
Cunningham, his mama,
Rhett and Amanda.
Swamp Ass is supposed to be on there. Isn't he the one that's in between Cunningham and his mama?
Yeah, that's where Rhett assaulted Jeremy.
Right, but I
I'm
mean,
trying
if
to.
you look at the list, right between Rhett Cunningham and his mama, there's another name.
I'm
Isn't
trying
that
to.
Swamp Ass?
I'm trying to get to that list that Tat gave me.
I think it's in our
It's in our group. I'm trying to
yeah.
scroll up. That way I don't make a mistake.
I didn't recognize the name, but then when Jeremy mentioned something on his members only last night, it kind of popped in my head. That's who he was talking
This would
about.
be
Swamp
easier if
Boy.
I. Wait,
gave
I think I
one of
have a
them.
screenshot. Unless I deleted it. Okay. The 24th is Lisa. The 28th is Marla. Stop it.
Oh, I forgot about Marla.
Russell Meeks is the 31st of January. Rhett Cunningham is February 6th. Swamp Boy is February 13th, and Amanda Martin is February 14th.
So Swamp Boy, he's in there too.
Yeah.
Who I was
So
surprised not to hear from or hear about. That was Tori. I was surprised that he didn't do it. Yeah, I knew he didn't add her to the defendants list.
I
But I'm
wonder.
surprised he didn't
I
depose.
wonder if she could possibly be a mole.
Moly, moly, moly.
Wouldn't that be
Oh,
freaking hilarious if
that
she's the
that
mole?
would. I think that would burn Lisa to the ground. I think
Because why is she not added? Why is she not in as a defendant? Lisa's on there. Swamp Boy's on there. Bruce is on there. Why not Tori?
Right, because she's openly admitted she's the one that does all the research. She's the one
Yeah.
that goes into all the chat rooms. She's the one that posts all the crap on them.
Exactly. She should be in as a defendant. So what is happening behind the scenes that nobody knows about?
Exactly.
A lot of us was leaning on Super Dave. But think about it. Super Dave ain't got shit. So why go and sue somebody? I mean, technically, Lynette ain't got shit either. It's proven a point here. But
None of them really got anything.
that exactly, Al. That's what I'm hung up on. That Easter egg, the super mole. I was thinking Stupid Dave, but wouldn't it be freaking? It would completely destroy. Yes, they're right now they're witnesses, Yankee, but it's been filed that Robert and Lisa to be defendants, and they're being deposed in the coming weeks.
Yep.
It's been filed for those two to be defendants. There's a reason behind these two getting deposed.
That's some wishful thinking right there. Oh my God, that would just whoo, everybody thinks that Shar's stuff is good. Could you imagine what Tori would release?
Oh my God. There's another.
How many conversations has went on with all those knuckle draggers throughout this whole thing? Oh my God, that would be so juicy.
Jeremy does say it's right under their nose.
Ah,
So it has to be someone that's in the ecosystem. I'm just making a guess. I'm not saying for sure, but think about it. If you pick up on Jeremy's Easter eggs, if you're an avid watcher of Jeremy's videos and his streams, you pick up on those Easter eggs that he drops. And he has already said he leaves Easter eggs. A super mole. Last week, I was thinking Stupid Dave, because Super Dave, Super Mole, you know. But why, like Coop said, why not Tori? Why wasn't Tori and Lisa and Robbie all added? Because they were working hand in hand.
Because to be honest, Tori,
How did Tori get out of it?
is, in my opinion, Tori said more defamatory stuff than Robbie has.
Tori has said way worse stuff than Robbie.
Exactly. And I mean, but Robbie does have more money than those other garbage people. No, that would.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference. Jeremy's not after the money. He's after justice. Whereas that side only sees dollar signs. Jeremy doesn't care about the money.
He's wanting the money too.
Yeah, but he's also made it clear that the goal is to bankrupt your
right
person. But he doesn't care if he gets money out of it. He just wants the justice.
Right.
Look how... I think, honestly, he would just be happy to get back what he has spent to bring these people to justice. I don't...
Max, you talking about Kendra? The one that supposedly...
Kendra is the cousin, and she hasn't been involved as hardcore as Tori.
No, she's...
And when all this with the fleas first started, Jeremy said something kind of directed towards Kendra. Something about being ashamed of her or something like that, because apparently Kendra and them were friends at some point.
I don't know. Kendra hasn't been through it all. I mean,
no, yeah, Kendra hasn't really put her 2 cents on it.
I mean, you think about it. Tori and Lisa are the two biggest ones, the ones that have spewed the most hate out of all that group. They are the number one and number two.
And Gabe, because Gabe runs his mouth in the background beside Lisa.
Well, yeah, he's in the background, but as far as out in front, it's those two that are.
It's Tori and Lisa, yeah, and Bubbles.
That's why it's really, that's an interesting point there. Oh yeah, if she's the mole, oh my God, because that would hurt Lisa more than anything financially could ever hurt her.
For sure.
Because she has I mean, this woman literally stays at Lisa's house here lately more than she stays at her own house.
Yeah, she's always either at Lisa's or at Robbie's all the time.
Well, when she's at Robbie's, she's there with Lisa.
It's true.
But
why is she so far up Lisa's ass lately?
I mean, she still does her. She doesn't live too far. She's just over the line in Georgia. So.
Okay, Skipper. Be safe.
All right, brother.
It's not theorizing or it's just making guesses. There's nothing wrong with making guesses.
Right. We're just speculating. We don't have any proof.
Calm down, Slug. But it would be freaking hilarious. Exactly. No. Exactly. Lisa is always in cahoots with her. Tori is on the inside. She's the closest one to him.
Speculating is it's an opinion. We have no proof, and we never said we had any proof. We're just saying how good it would be if that was the actual person.
Oh my God, it would be hilarious. You know, I was hung up on it possibly being Super Dave for several weeks, but... And then again, look how after what they done to the donor, Dave seems to be, from what I've been told, Stupid Dave seems to be backing off a little. So,
Well, you saw his chat the other night, didn't you?
yeah, they were
This
chewing his
David
ass.
guy, yeah, this David guy gave him some monies, and now he's losing subscribers after chewing his butt before they left.
I highly doubt it's Marla. I highly doubt it's Marla. Marla likes the drama too much.
Well, when Jeremy says super mole, it's going to be somebody that's close. It's going to be somebody that's in the thick of it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it would just be a regular mole.
Exactly. He keeps saying super mole. And he leaves these little, not only is he leaving Easter eggs in his own videos and his own streams, but he makes comments in Tug streams and in Shizzy streams about the mole. He said the mole is right under their nose.
It's definitely going to be hilarious to find out. And
I'm going to die laughing if it comes out that it's Tori.
Oh my God.
We're going to have a party if it comes out that it's Tori.
Oh, wow. That just got me giddy inside. Just thinking.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, Mercedes, I don't think she would. You know, we've said a lot of things about Tori, but she comes off as a very manipulative person. You know, she wears that mask. Yes. Whereas Marla, she runs her mouth.
It's going to be interesting to see Lisa in the deposition, how she reacts.
Oh, I cannot wait to read Lisa's depo.
Well, it'll probably be just like before. It'll only be released to key players, and we're too low down on the food chain for it, so I wish it was videoed. Oh man, oh my God, that would be awesome if it was videoed, just like Lynette's. I don't understand why Jeremy has to pay extra money to videotape it.
Videotape what? The depots? Yes,
Yeah,
they have to pay extra. But most federal cases aren't videoed. Not even the depots.
I don't know, Max. I don't really pay attention to their mods that well, but it could be a mod. You know, somebody that's in contact behind the scenes with the garbage people. It could be one of their top mods. Oh, what if it was that Fubar guy?
I don't think it's Fubar.
He's the one that aggravated with Stupid Dave the other day. He's the one that voiced his opinion really loud in Stupid Dave's chat. Remember that?
Yeah, defending Lisa.
Right. I just can't understand, because did not this guy David, did he not turn around and super chat them the other night? Am I mistaken here?
Who?
The guy that gave them all the money, that's complaining and everything. Did he not give them a super chat the other night?
He did. We were talking about that. I think it might have been our private group that we were talking about it. How he's a glutton for punishment. Hell, who knows? Maybe it's a kink for him.
Or he doesn't go by his name on YouTube. He goes by
Zohan. Bone Crusher's avatar is under their nose on lives. I don't know. But Bone Crusher is a flip-flopper, but I don't think they've let him get as much inside information as others.
I just got thinking about that. You know, the super chat screenshot where I thought it was David, the donor, that gave him a super chat while they're on the outs. I don't think it was David, because David doesn't go by his name on YouTube. He goes by only me.
Yeah, he goes by only me.
And the super chat that I saw I think it said David. So I don't think it's the only guy. I don't think they've kissed and made up. Let me go into the.
Thank you, Zohan, by the way.
I'm going to go into the hate group and see if I can't find that. You talk to everybody.
What
for
are you
me.
doing? Of course, he's after oatmeal.
See if I can't find that screenshot.
Go tell Sissy. Oh my God, it's the end of the world because I said tell Sissy. He is, but I don't think, yeah. David, the donor, is only me.
Right. And the screenshot I'm talking about, I don't think it said only me. I think it said David. That's why I assumed it was him. And I don't think it is. I think it's
someone else.
Yeah, I think somebody named David.
As for Ray, I don't think he has as much inside information as say Tori or Guapo or who Robbie, Bubbles, Stupid Dave.
Okay, let's see here.
Damn it, JT. Gotta go catch a bird.
Go for it. Guys, I'm not ignoring you. I'm searching over here. Yes, I think I was mistaken. I do not think that the only me David guy gave them a super chat. I was mistaken. And you've heard it here. Coop does say when he makes a mistake. So we can cross that out. Run through this stuff real quick. I saw a screenshot pop up in the hater group that showed their super chats at the top. What? Who's beeping me?
Me.
Where are you beeping?
That's possible, Yankee. I'm sharing the McDreamy's answer.
Oh.
It's a baby. Settle down. Put your wing down.
This is the new motion?
It's McDreamy's answer. Response to the motion. Notice it says Gainesville Division on the judge's answer. Because that's what it's supposed to look like.
Well, of course, we're dealing with an idiot.
Exactly. Okay, so it says United States District Court of the Northern District of Florida, Gainesville Division. Referral and order referred to Magistrate Judge McDreamy on January 17th, 2025. Type of motion / pleading. Motion to excuse mandatory mediation filed by defendants on 1/16/25. Docket number 56. Deputy Clerk. The order, upon consideration of the foregoing, it is ordered this 17th day of January 25. Defendants have filed a motion to excuse mandatory mediation, docket number 56. No response is necessary. Under the court's final scheduling order, a party may request the court to excuse the mediation requirement upon a showing of good cause. Docket 37 at 6. Defendants have shown good cause to excuse the mediation requirement, at least for the time being. Therefore, defendant's motion to excuse mandatory mediation, docket number 56, is granted to the extent that the mediation requirement set by the final scheduling order, docket 37, is suspended until further notice. So that means that the judge could change his mind and force mandatory mediation later in the case. As of right now, it is suspended. So,
like we said, it's nothing against Jeremy. I mean,
no. We were expecting the motion for the cancellation of mediation from either side of the aisle. I thought it would come from Shockett first, because Jeremy already said he's not going to settle. And mediation is to talk before being in front of a jury and try to come to a solution to the problem at hand. We already knew that wasn't going to happen. No, he did not suspend the whole schedule. He suspended the mandatory mediation. Not the whole schedule, the mediation. Which means it being suspended until further notice means that once they get more stuff done in the case, the depots, discovery, he could choose to force them to sit down and mediate the problem and come to a settlement later on. But as of right now, today, mandatory mediation is moot. Which we knew that mediation wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. We had discussed this several weeks back.
oh, and I was right. But I don't know when he gave these super chats. The post was posted on the 15th. But there's no indication in the posts, in the pictures, the screenshots of when the money was actually super chatted to him. But I did find the pictures. Yes, I did. So either he's kissed and made up, or these are old screenshots from some other time.
He doesn't need a federal mediator, because neither party were going to actually do the mediation. And even if they did do the mediation, they wouldn't have come to a solution. So, if you look at it in the long run, it's actually saving Jeremy money on having to do the mediation. That wasn't going to go anywhere in the first place.
Oh, UPS man has got her fired up. But that is, I don't know if these are new. I don't know if
200 pounds. Let me see.
But that was that's what I saw. I thought I remembered seeing it.
200 pounds.
I'll be back. I gotta get this dog in the house.
So Dave sent 200 pounds, which would be $243.42 in the US. So almost $250.
He's not in the US, he's overseas.
Yes, but when they send money from overseas, it transfers into American money when it hits YouTube.
I imagine that's how it happens, but what I'm saying is that right there shows that he's in another country.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not in the US.
He's in the UK, isn't he? If it's pounds,
I would assume so. That's the UK money right there.
The deadline hearing schedule. Share this tab instead. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the deadline hearings. Docket number 53, response deadline. Event filed 1/8/25. Due set 1/22/25. Response deadline 1/16/2025. It is due by 1/30/2025. Mediation deadline, docket 37. Event was filed November 12th, 24. It was due by February 16th. The deadline was February 16th for mediation. The mediation report deadline was due by March 2nd. So that is why this motion was filed when it was, because it's coming due next month. The court only 90-day deadline was due March 17th. Discovery deadline is due in April. The dispositive motions deadline is due in April. Pretrial order deadline is due August 11th. Jury trial is set August 13th at 8:30 a.m. And any miscellaneous deadline is due by August 25th. So, mediation was coming due February 16th and March 2nd. That is why the motion was filed to cancel mediation. Thank you, Gent Thunder, for the Sheba dog clapping his hands. No, Seagirl. The schedule is not suspended. It is just mediation. It is a mediation order. He is saying, okay, I'm showing y'all the deadlines right here. The mediation deadline was coming due next month on February 16th. That is why either party, we were expecting a motion from either party on the mediation. This was an expected motion. But of course, Bubbles added all his boo-hoo, wah-wah, YouTube content, wah-wah bullshit to it. But we were expecting a motion. The bird's following my hand because I'm talking with my hands. We were expecting this motion. We were expecting this order. Mediation is suspended until further notice. So, what that means is McDreamy could turn around after doing these depots and turn around and say, okay, y'all need to settle this. The only thing that is on hold is mediation. Mediation. That is the only thing on hold. They are still on the schedule. That is why this motion was done and why this motion was put on hold, so to say. We hope the bombshell is coming, but I honestly don't think. Let's see. Max, what is docket number 53? Is that, or Al, you could answer that too. Is docket 53 the motion that Randy filed to add them? Because if it is, that due date, the judge's answer is coming due. According to this schedule. Can anyone confirm what doc 53 is for me? Wait, hold on. I might. I can't. 54 was motion to transfer case. 55 was the denial. 56 was the excused mandatory mediation. Oh, 53 was the motion to compel production of documents. So that's coming due. That has to be done. You back, Koopy?
Yeah. My eyes
So
were floating. What happened?
the deadline for the motion to compel is due January 30th. There's two different dates on 53, so
For hit bubbles to compel?
both parties. Number 53 is a reply to 52, which was the motion to compel production by Jeremy Hale. Attachments Exhibit 1, request of produce, exhibit response to RFP, Exhibit 3, response to RFP, number 4, exhibit response. Number 53 is order reply 52, first motion to compel the production of documents, the parties to confer telephonically or in person regarding the issues raised in the plaintiff's motion to compel, which is docket 52. That conference shall occur on or before Wednesday, January 5th. Okay, that's why there's two dates there. They have until that came to an end day before yesterday. So it was Wednesday. Wednesday was the 15th. During that conference, the court expects the parties to endeavor in good faith to resolve the issues raised in the motion. If counsel resolve the issue raised in the motion, then they should file a joint notice advising the court that the matter has been resolved. If the parties are unable to resolve the issues after having a conference, then defendants should file a response to the motion to compel on or before Wednesday, January 22. So they have till Wednesday to file.
You took your motion down?
I did. No,
This
no,
is
I
the
didn't.
only one that's up there, and that's
Oh,
not.
I've been bouncing back and forth between the schedule and the mediation thing.
Ah,
I was showing chat the schedule of when everything has to be turned in.
got it.
Thank you, Al. Thank you,
Because I
Matt.
only took that schedule down because I was going to go back to your motion you had up there, and I'm like, where'd the motion go?
I've been bouncing back and forth between it.
Okay.
See, I can do this. All I have to do is hit share this tab instead, and I've been bouncing back and forth. Now the motion's up.
Blue.
Probably Karen. More than likely, knowing Bubbles, he's probably already tapping away on his little laptop.
Well, it's already been found. It's already been seen that they're deliberately trying to cost Jeremy money.
Yeah.
And I don't think the judge has seen that from Randy yet. But I imagine once the judge hears that all Bubbles is doing is trying to make Jeremy spend money, I think this is going to make a lot of stuff.
What blows my mind is in the Jeremy's Depot 2.0, Bubbles kept asking him why certain things weren't in the motions or in the issues at hand, and he's like, I'm not the one that wrote it. I'm not the attorney. Ask my attorney these questions. Why was Bubbles asking the plaintiff and not the attorney who wrote the documents? That's what Jeremy pays Randy for, is to write the documents.
Right. Jeremy has no idea what's in those documents until Randy gets done with them and he presents them to Jeremy to proof. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's not like Jeremy's sitting there dictating to Darlene, hey, this is what I want you to say. No, he leaves it to the professionals, in my opinion anyway.
Exactly what Al said, Miss Karen. Bubbles in the motion to compel and the judge's order in the motion to compel is he's being told, hand this stuff over or else. Straight up, or else. Oh, I just smacked my mic. He has until January 22nd, which is Wednesday, for both attorneys to file and say, okay, we handled it. They gave me for Randy to file and say, okay, we handled this. Bruce handed over the exhibits. Or they have until the 22nd to say, okay, Bruce did not do what you told him to, and he didn't give me anything. $84 people watching. Please make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. We only have 67 likes and 84 viewing. Hit that thumbs up on both sides, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, buddy. Share if you don't mind. Take this link and share it to all your social media sites. Try and get as many
Kathy.
people watching as we can.
Yes.
What's
Miss Kathy. Something tells me Felisa's depot will be made to go to Pensacola. Oh, would that be nice?
I want to see all. Well, the main two characters I want to see in Pensacola is Lynette and Crook, because they've already shown how much pieces of crap they are in the last two depositions. You think
And
they're
how
going to change?
Well, Bubbles is already trying to get them out of having to go to Pensacola. That's what that other ignorant motion was. And the judge is like, dude, it's already in the Gainesville.
I think we were talking about that the other night. If they don't make them go to Pensacola, at least make them go to a courthouse.
Right. The judge said in his order that he could travel. He could travel to Gainesville if it needed to be done that way. He's still going to be the residing judge regardless.
Because if you allow them two nut jobs to do it in their RV again like they did last time, it's going to be the same results all over again. Yeah. The exact same results. They're going to be stupid. They're going to say stupid crap, and nobody's going to call them out on it.
Don't bite me. Don't you do it.
Yeah, speaking of which.
Is he causing chaos too?
No, he's being nice. They're both. I went and got Tickles, and he didn't want to come. Well, then about 30 minutes ago, I felt something tugging on my headphone leash, and it was him. He had walked in here from the cage, so he's being a good boy so far. Anyway.
That's why Baby Bird was trying to bite me. He was sitting on my boom arm of my mic, and he was trying to chew on the cord that's on my boom, and I'm like, no. And so he tried to bite me.
Are you like, don't start, little man.
Come here.
But
you're
I think if they don't get it into a controlled atmosphere, I honestly think that they're going to just do the same thing they did in the last depots. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going to act completely foolish. It needs to be done inside the courtroom.
I can just hear Bubbles right now trying to control them and them just running all over. But who knows? The last depositions, that was done without a lawyer. Neither one of them had a lawyer. Well, no. Silver Scam was on John's.
Would you stop?
When he wasn't even representing John. So
he just bit my nose. Stop it.
If anything, make them go to the courthouse in Gainesville where it's supervised. If not, because she acted foolish in Judge Grudge's courtroom, but nowhere near as bad as what she did when she was sitting in her RV for that deposition. You know what I mean?
Lisa said she has never been served. First of all, I don't believe witnesses get served.
Yeah, they get served.
And knowing Lisa, she's probably lying. Stop it.
Who cares if she's been served or not? She's on the docket. She don't show up.
As of right now, she's just a witness. If she doesn't show up to plead her side for Lynette, then it just shows she's a shitty human being. Stop it! I feel like a crazy person arguing with a bird.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Stop. Stop it.
Well, if she doesn't show up for the deposition, the judge can step in and order it. And then if she doesn't show up, she can face contempt of court charges. He can throw her ass in jail. And I think the judge has already okayed, signed off on all of Jeremy's depositions. I'm pretty sure.
Stop! You're being mean. Yeah, you're being mean. Don't you look at me.
I am so sorry. I cannot pronounce that name for nothing in the world. Kyar lies.
Kaya?
Kylie. Kylie. Carly? I can never pronounce that.
Kaya Riley? Stop it. Baby bird, enough.
What you talking about, young lady? Saves Jeremy money?
Stop. By not having to do the mediation. Stop it.
Right.
I'm gonna put you back in your. No, you better quit. I'm gonna
Exactly,
put you back in
Sharon.
your house.
Exactly. Bench warrants are not out of question. If they want to play games, it'll stall
Why?
things, it'll slow things down. But in the long run, I imagine the judge will make her show up. I do believe so.
Here's the thing, she's only a witness at this point in time. She has not fully been added to the case. Therefore, I don't see how they could serve a warrant on a witness.
They can if she doesn't show up and then the judge turns around and orders her to show up for the deposition.
Well, that's a
Just
different,
like-
yeah, if she's ordered to show up.
Right. And then she doesn't show up again. Yeah, he can issue a bench warrant then.
And yeah, at that point.
Right.
Or he
Right.
could just say, F it, I'm adding you to the case. Now you have no choice. You're a defendant. Come on.
Right. But I don't know. I think she'll show up. She's one of those people.
She's
so
already
used to-
said she couldn't wait to be deposed by Jeremy's attorney. Well, she's got her chance.
They've already proven that everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. Everything's fabricated. You can't believe anything she says. Nothing. I actually think she's quaking in her boots now. And the closer it gets to her date, what date is hers on? 24th?
24th, which is Wednesday.
So that's next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a feeling when
No. Monday's the 20th. Tuesday's the 21st.
I'll tell you. I got it right here.
Wednesday's the 22nd. Thursday's... So Friday.
Yeah, it's next Friday. What's the next date? Because he's got like 3 of them before the end of the month.
Marla's is the 28th.
Okay, that's on a Tuesday.
And I believe Russell's is the 31st.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's got 1 next week and 2 the last week of the month.
Yes.
So
You've got
that's gonna be
Marla
some
and
big-
Russell the 28th and the 31st. No, you're not getting on my boom. Just you little brat. Come here.
They probably will be served. I imagine Jeremy's going to wait till the last minute. Well, this is next Friday, so
Well,
he's
it's
got
already
until-
scheduled.
Right, he's got a full week to have her served. Well, she does have to be served to be noticed that she has to show up. She just can't go off of a YouTube video. So somehow or another, she's got to be told legally that, hey, you've got to show up to this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, there you go, Nikki. Got to be given 14 days to
Exactly.
to be deposed.
That's why I said
Well,
she's probably lying about not being notified because it's set for the 24th.
What haven't they lied about? I mean,
Exactly.
They lie about everything. You think she's going to openly tell her people, hey, yeah, I got served? No, she's going to fight it. She's going to try and whip up her audience into their little money frenzy to where they'll give her more money. She's not going to admit defeat because in their eyes, they'll see that as defeat. But her bucking the system, they'll cheer her for that. You know what I'm saying? Right, Rebecca. I think she's been served.
Attention, YouTube
Honestly,
streamers covering WTH. Get your family affairs in order, stock up on drinks, and pop that popcorn. The next few weeks are going to be content to entertain for days. You ain't lying, Jam. You ain't lying.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be watching.
I'm not going to lie. The only depot I'm really interested in reading is Lisa's. But there's a reason behind that. Like, she came for me. She came for me. I want to read her depot. I also want to read Russell's. Russell's will be interesting.
I think you're going to be some.
I don't do emails. Your plumber called me personally. I just.
Yeah, he's. That's going to be like Swing Blade being interviewed. Oh, Billy Bob Thornton. Sue me. Just sue me.
If it's on the schedule, which it is. It's been confirmed by Jeremy that those dates are correct. Those dates came directly from Jeremy, which means it's on schedule, which means they've already been served. The ones that's coming up next week.
Oh, yes, Karen. I do believe that Marla's is going to be interesting,
because she's crazy.
Yeah. There's no telling what's going to... She's just as bad as the fleas when it comes to lying.
She's just as bad as Lynette.
So that one's going to be very interesting, too. I'm still trying to figure out why he's even doing depots on the rat and his mama.
Because they attacked him
where they...
Lynette.
But in all actuality, they aren't part of this case.
Technically, they are, because she was the advocate for the case in Levy County, and she had her son attack him. Exactly, she was the victim's advocate. She should have been doing her job instead of doing the dirty stuff she was doing.
Right.
So technically, she is a part of the case because she was a part of the TPO with the grudge judge. Stop it. Don't you look at me like that. Y'all, Baby Bird is on one today. Stop.
Oh, Blue's been behaved. He's been nice. He's been a good boy. He's not been mean at all. I still have your thing up here in the background. So if you want it back up, just tell me and I'll bring it up. Here I am talking good about him. Now he's biting me on the
How
neck.
many and who is on the list total? As of right now, the dates we have are 124.25, which is Lisa. 128.25, Marla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people as of right now, from the 24th of January to the 14th of February. What are you doing?
Being crazy. Being crazy.
He is. He's being wild, and he's not normally this wild and crazy. Stop it, you stubborn little turd. Behave. I would think so, Derek. I would think so.
I would too.
As of right, okay. Bruce can be the attorney for any of the witnesses being deposed right now, because as of right now, they are just that, witnesses. They are not defendants yet. So yes, Bruce can sit in on Lisa's deposition, which would be dumb on his part, which we already know Bubbles is dumb anyway, because he's
And see,
gonna
that's just it. How can he sit in on those depositions if he's not technically their lawyer?
because he's Lynette's lawyer.
Yeah, yeah. He could say he wants to
Yeah,
cross.
he can cross-examine, which I honestly think he will be trying to control the narrative that comes from Lisa and Marla.
Well, the good thing is he won't be sitting in the same room. So that means he's going to either try and sneak communication with her via phone.
Oh, that's big. That's
But I don't think they're allowed
Nope.
to have any of that, right?
nope.
That's going to be interesting. That's why I think this should all be done in a controlled atmosphere. It should not. They should not let them do this through Zoom at their homes.
Yes, Lynette's and John's depots will be the very last of the 10 depots done. They will be the very last people done on depots. Rebecca, Lisa can. She's bumming it off all her people in chat. Stop it. You attack my headphones. You attack my mic. You attack me. Would you behave? Nah,
He's having fun.
now he's trying to rip my lip ring out. He doesn't like my jewelry. Stop it.
That's just them trying to be dominant.
Huh. I've already showed him who the dominant is. I da mama. I da mama. Yeah, I da mama.
Oh, Barb. When we first got Skittles years ago, he came from an abusive family. So he was pretty skittish. I wouldn't touch him at all. My philosophy is they'll come to me when they want to. I'm not forcing myself
Right.
on them. But she took no, she didn't take no for an answer. She wanted to play with him. She forced him. She'd stick her hand right in there and say, "Get on it, son." And he fell in love with her right off the bat. But man, and if you know Conyers, they got a pretty vicious bite. I mean, I've had blood drawn on me.
Exactly, Kat. The depot count does not matter. They can still call on other witnesses. But they're only allowed 10 depots because it takes so long to depose. Not this bird, he don't, Nikki. He hates my jewelry. He tries to destroy it. He thinks I shouldn't wear it. And the last time he got a hold of my lip ring, he unscrewed the crystal off of it, and I didn't realize it. And it fell out, and I swallowed my bar. So now I have to stop it. I have to fight him over it.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I can tell you that right now.
What? I think, was it, yeah, it was Shizzy that said there's 52 witnesses total. And would you stop? Stop. Now he's trying to take my necklace off. Listen, you chaos demon.
At least Blue's being nice. He's loving on his woman. If I get too close to her, yeah, he starts looking to bite.
Hi, DW.
What's up, youngin? How's you doing? Oh, I see we got some new peoples watching today.
Can she do that? Technically, you can't plead the fifth on a civil deposition. And as of right now, her just being a witness and not a defendant Yeah, I guess.
I think pleading the fifth will remove all doubt that you're guilty. I'm pleading the fifth on the grounds that it may incriminate me. Well, that's just basically throwing up a red flag saying, oh, I'm guilty. I did it.
Gary, you got a good point. If she repeats it enough, it could convince the judge that she should be a defendant. Stop it.
DW, what's happening? Your doctor messing with you, girl? Now, DW is a girl,
Yes.
right? That's what I thought. Says she's frustrated with her stupid doctor. I hope things get worked out. More people, according to JH, are coming forward, want to be witnesses in the JH
On JH's
behalf.
behalf.
I wouldn't doubt it whatsoever. Huh?
I was saying the same thing you were. Go ahead.
I wouldn't doubt it at all. I mean, and the funny thing is they're always saying Jeremy's lying, but yet every single day when he says something, he's got the proof. He
the
shows
receipts.
it. It's right there. I mean, how can you argue with proof?
Exactly. How many of us have debunked her lies in the past couple weeks? Several of us.
It's crazy.
Behave. Don't look at me like that. Felix.
There's a whole bunch of them on that depot list that's going to be really interesting. Marla, I think, is going to be like Lynette.
I do too.
I think she's going to be trying to be confrontational.
I agree.
You're not going to tell me what to do. If I don't want to answer you, I'm not answering you. I think she's going to be.
And someone asked in the chat if they were going to be in-person depots. I believe that it was a one-time thing with Jeremy's depot because of the way they behaved the first go around. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that if they don't behave on their Zoom depot, that the judge will do the same thing. He will force them to come in person.
And see, the bad thing about that is every time they have to come back for another one, that's more money out of Jeremy's pocket. That's why if I was Randy, I would file a motion to make this all in a controlled atmosphere to avoid that situation right there, costing Jeremy more money. Because that's exactly what they've been proven and they've said they're going to do, is try and bankrupt him before it ever gets to trial.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm surprised that Randy hasn't filed a motion yet to compel all these Zoom calls to be done at the courthouse.
We only have 5 scheduled right now, Max. We don't know who the last 3 are. Stop it.
Tickles. She's looking. You want on there? There you go. You can play on there. Your man's coming. I know he's going to want up there. But anyway, I think they will have...
That's true, Texas Kimmy. They have talked about how they were going to behave. And stop it in their...
Exactly. And what's hilarious is they're doing it on a public platform, knowing that Jeremy is collecting this as evidence.
Honestly, I think Randy could file a motion to have their depots done in person because of what they've said in their own streams publicly.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop.
I mean, he has the proof. He has the proof of all of it, that they're just trying to hurt Jeremy as much as they can. That's why I can't understand. But, you know, I'm not a lawyer, and I'm pretty sure Randy and Darlene are smart as, you know, or Dorian. I'm pretty sure they're smart, you know, when it comes to this stuff, and they have a plan for everything. So I can't see. There he goes.
See, he's doing it too now.
He's going after his woman, because Tickles was on the arm.
You talk to him?
Let's see, Miss PJ. I thought they already said they'd be in person. I think that was just for Jeremy's second
Yeah.
depo. I don't think the judge ruled on the rest of them.
He said if he has to, it will be.
Right, right. And I'm thinking the judge said that hopefully to try and scare them into acting properly. But you guys got to remember who they're dealing
Right.
with. They're dealing with a bunch of knuckle dragging boneheads. I mean, these people are just stupid. I don't think you could even call them stupid. There's got to be a word that's worse than stupid.
Well, I call Bubbles an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's just these people are. I don't know. I don't get it. Every time something comes down the pike about them legally, you'd think that they would shut up. I've said this 100 times, but they double down and they get worse.
Right, Karen. Shara's
Have you noticed that?
was on Zoom. Oh, gross.
And if you notice, I imagine Shara's was done professionally.
Yeah.
It was done right. But of course, Shara wasn't a hostile witness either. These jackoffs they're all going to be
Well,
hostile.
if you remember when we were reading Shara's depo, Bruce is the one that tried to get hostile and he triggered her.
Right.
Because Randy is a bully. Randy's not a bully.
It's definitely going to be interesting. You're not a nice man. You're not a nice man. My anxiety is through the roof. I still think they should capitalize on all that stuff. It's not too late. They've got all those fools over there. They would definitely buy those shirts.
Flying monkeys, yeah.
I think, yeah, I think every one of them would buy those shirts. Instead of giving Lisa the money that's going straight into somebody's bank account other than Die Nuts, I think those people would all buy those shirts. Because one, they would receive something in return, and two, the money goes straight to the nut bag. And you know these fools watch our stuff, so you know that they know the idea is out there. She's just too lazy. She's getting all this free money, so why do anything? Well, it takes what, half hour maybe for you to come up with a graphics on your Canva.
Oh, when I'm not doing a big design, it takes me 5-10 minutes to throw a design together on Canva.
Well, think about it. Okay. If you think about it, just something simple that's just one color text, no graphics, no fancy graphics, just one color text with one of her sayings like I plead the fifth.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sort of like Stupid Dave did. That takes what? Just choosing the font you want to use. Okay, and figuring out the style, how you want it laid out. I mean, come on, you can do it all on a cell phone. She could hook up with Teespring or Fourth Wall or whatever and make this stuff and post it. The fleas probably wouldn't do it because then they wouldn't be getting a cut of it. But I'm sure that she could figure out a way to post it and these people would buy it. I don't know how well Rosalind's doing. Is Rosalind doing pretty good with her?
I have no idea.
With her line of stuff? I know she's got some stuff.
Marla does think she's untouchable, bless her heart.
Sluggo, everybody has their own opinion about AI generated stuff. Okay. You don't like it? That's fine. Guess what? I flipping love it.
Slug does some really good stuff with his stuff. But he has the time on his hands to actually sit there and do every single little detail, whereas most of us don't. Because I know I don't, because I got kids. So throwing on AI.
he has his opinion, and we don't knock him for the way he creates. So he shouldn't be knocking anybody for the way they create. That's my opinion on it. I mean, more power to you. If you have the time and energy to sit down and draw up your own stuff, more power to you. But I like AI. Oh, did I tell you what I found last night?
What?
My AI stuff that I've been using, that one.
Oh yeah, we found
web.
how you can make the videos and stuff on it too.
Yeah, you can make videos. You can write books. I mean, you can do all kinds.
Yeah, we
of
figured
stuff.
that out yesterday on your stream when you were playing with it.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Okay, so now this is interesting. So now, let's see. I wonder if I can take. Okay, you know our intro and exit,
Yeah.
right? Maybe I can type in the same stuff for that thumbnail that I use on both the intro and exit. You know, type in the same stuff that generated that graphic, but have it generate a video, like the eagle flying down and landing on the creekside sign.
DW, they'll have to use a forklift or a crane to get her lard ass to Pensacola.
I'm sure this woman has a vehicle.
Y'all know she's not actually as fat as everybody makes her out to be, right? She's not actually bedbound.
Right.
She can walk.
I can't.
She does have a car. She lives in a camper.
Oh, does she? I thought she lived in a house.
No, she lives in a camper.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Her dumb ass left her.
So
She left her
been,
Facebook.
She could have been blown
She
away.
left her Facebook public. Like an idiot.
So she could have been blown away during the hurricane.
Could have. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, Marla lives in a camper. No wonder she's so gun-ho on protecting Lynette.
I wonder if she owns the property.
I have no idea. I didn't bother to ask. I just saw the pictures of her living in the camper on her profile.
Who knows?
On
Well,
her profile.
I'm getting woolly. Yeah, I need to shave. I think I'll do that this afternoon. Oh, and I was up. Go ahead.
Kimmy said, I don't know which one I'm more anxious to hear. Moose, Marla, JC, LMNOP, or Rusta Suz. Well, we already know how John and Lynette's going to behave. They're not going to do no better than they did the first go around.
Atrocious as always.
Russ has never been deposed. So I'm excited to see Russ's.
I actually think, okay, here's my thought on this. Lynette's first one, she had no lawyer. None. Mm-hmm. Right? And then they basically said no to her being deposed the second time. Because by the time the second one was going to roll around, she had Silver Scam. So Silver Scam sits in on John's.
And puts a stop to it.
Silver Scam pretty much just kept his mouth shut. And I don't even see why he was in there. Well, like you said, he might not have been representing John, but he was representing Lynette. So he could sit in on it. All right. I kind of got a feeling that Bubbles is going to, one, try and control the narrative, like you said, by basically speaking more than trying to speak over Lynette, telling her just to hush. He's going to take care of this. Or she's going to feel so emboldened with him being there that she's just going to, just like she did last time, even worse.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to pop pills in this depot like she did in the other one.
Allegedly.
We all watched her chew that pill.
Yes.
It's not alleged when it's a video and we all saw it with our own two eyes, her munching on a pill.
Yeah. But we just don't say what you think it is. We know what it is.
How many times does she have to say she's on Xanax for us to... Let's stop making it all alleged. She said she was taking her Xanax.
Well, during that depot, she said it was an aspirin.
And then she turned around and said it was her anxiety medicine, which was her Xanax. Those of you asking about the distance it takes for Lisa to get to Pensacola, the Villages is below Otter Creek.
Yes.
It's in between.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it's in between Coop and Otter Creek, right?
Yeah, it's closer to me than it is Otter Creek. Otter
Creek.
Creek. It's probably 30, 45 minutes for me. It's probably an hour to Otter Creek for them. Because Otter Creek's about 2 hours from me, 2.5 hours, depending on which direction I drive. But they're a good hour and a half maybe from Otter Creek, I would say. But now Torrey, but the villages are closer to Gainesville than Otter Creek. Gainesville's kind of in between Otter Creek and the villages.
Afternoon, Miss Linda.
Yeah.
I've seen a comment. Miss Karen, if the money is gone, what has Lynette reacted to that? Okay, so from what I've been seeing, from having to listen to their atrocious voices, Lynette has asked her where the money is several times in chat. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if Lisa has told her anything offline, but I do know that nothing's being done. So it's only a matter of time before Lynette loses it and snaps on Lisa.
She's already working on it. Have you noticed that in her chats?
Mm-hmm.
She's already been stating in the Fleabag's chats that it should be in her bank. She should be the one controlling it. She's already
yeah. She said it was donated to her, that she should have the say of how it's used. But like she said, she was so excited about her house getting finished because only me donated. It came out of their own mouths that he sent them enough money to finish that barndominium. And nothing has been started.
Right.
No permits have been filed. No nothing. Why?
Let me go get that real quick. Now, what I'm fixing to show you guys is there is no proof at all for this. It's just somebody that's sat there and figured they tried adding it all up. So if these numbers are right, they have gotten a lot. I mean, a lot more money than what that little fence costs. I will get the numbers.
Yes. Yeah, you do that, and I'll have conversation with the chat while you do that.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Al, yes. The husband is on felony probation for grand theft, and he has to pay on the probation one. He has to pay over $7,000 back to his victim that he stole the $7,000 from. There's another victim, which was also a hurricane victim. He stole over $6,000 from her for a job he was supposed to do and never showed up to do the job. That is also restitution that he has to pay back. He was charged with felony grand theft on that one as well. Not just Tug and Megan showed that. I also showed. I was the first one to show the that county and to show the charges, and then Jeremy released it, and then Tug and Megan released it to confirm that it was true. He owes, let's see, $7,000 plus $6,000. 10, 11, 12. Almost $14,000 in restitution he owes to two different victims. Al, I think you're on the same wavelength as me. I think they're taking this money and that they've been paying his restitution and his probation fines with it.
It's probably paid off by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the amount of money that these guys are saying that they've collected would more than pay every dime
of that restitution. Yeah. Let's see. Mr. David himself said he's donated over 12 grand. Restitution and probation fines add up to just a little over 14 grand. So that would leave him 2 or 3 grand that he owes.
Right. What better way to donate to somebody? Give it to felons. I mean, oh my goodness.
Exactly,
Just give it to the
DW.
felons.
The mods kept deleting his comments as he was asking for it, but our side was getting screenshots of him asking for his money back. You're absolutely correct. Lisa got over 100 Funko Pops last week. Is that... Are you freaking... Did she spend... Oh my god. She just got a new car and a phone. Lisa.
Who that?
There's where Lynette's money's at.
Yeah, buddy. All right, I got it all
I
keyed
can't.
up, fixing to bring her on stage right now. This is taken out of the hate group. So, guys, like I said, we don't know if this is facts or not. This is just somebody in the hate group that is speculating. They say they've added up everything. So we really don't know. So we're going to go take a look. But if these numbers are right, that's a lot of money. You want to read it, girl?
So David admitted to
Can you see?
$12K. Just one of the wish list halfway through was up to $20K and over $13K in super chats. Keep in mind, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal were used also in 2 other wish lists. $45,000 is proven. Who has the receipts on the wish list? Please comment. The toys and decorations wish list must have been at least $10K. She has received $13,260 in super chats.
Now, this is speculation, but if you guys add that up, that's a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. What you got? 12K there, 13 there. That's what, 25,000.
Yeah.
Another 45K on the wish list. I mean, oh my God, that's 40, 50, 60. That's about 80 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the 20K up here. So you're looking at about 100 grand.
More.
That this person.
More than enough money
Yeah.
to finish that house. More than enough money.
More money than she's ever seen in her entire life. That is an I mean, if these numbers are anywhere remotely close, that's a lot of dang money. And you can't just hand this kind of money over to somebody without Uncle Sam getting his part of it. I mean, I don't care how well you try and hide it. Somebody's gonna. I bet you if Liar Nut seen this, she would start questioning. She would start asking.
She's already questioning, so.
I mean, I think it would get worse if she actually saw these numbers and she thought these numbers were right. You going to sit there and tell me that she's not going to be having her hand out saying, give me my money? I think if she actually saw this post.
Roy, he won?
Oh, what now?
Have you seen the lawsuit with the Navy veteran that's against CNN that's been going on?
No, I haven't paid attention.
Well, a U.S. Navy veteran sued CNN. Well, according to Roy, CNN just lost $5 million to the Navy veteran.
All right. That's awesome.
They were also required to issue a public apology. Hell yeah. Al, you're hearing members of the IRS is involved. No, the IRS will not tell anyone publicly that they are looking into it. However, the people who reported it will definitely tell you, hey, I reported them. So that would be...
Yeah, the IRS. The IRS ain't telling nobody nothing. They'll just one day show up at your door and say, "Hey, we gotta have a talk."
Darlene, it started out with him wanting answers about the money and about where it was going, and she didn't want to be transparent with her donors. And her chat started attacking him and calling him names. She was calling him names. Tori was calling him names. So he was.
This went over multiple platforms,
multiple
too.
channels.
Them doing this
multiple channels.
Attacking him everywhere.
It went from Lisa's chat to Guapo's chat to Ray's chat. What was that other guy's name?
Stupid Dave.
They went to his chat, but the other guy that they got involved, the new one.
Oh, that Rappleback guy or whatever.
The one that's obsessed with Earp Church. Him.
The Babble Rap guy or whatever his name is.
He's another Robbie. They were attacking him in Robbie's chat. So David said, since they want to call me a piece of shit and this, that, and the other, give me my money back. That's how it was said in a screenshot of him saying, just give me my money back since you want to call me a POS.
Right. It's definitely interesting. It is definitely interesting. I mean, I can see these numbers being real close.
I want to know how they managed to get a shell thing, an LLC. That I myself have looked into doing an LLC, but it was going to cost me just for the license itself a little over $600 to do an LLC for my t-shirt business. So,
well, you notice it's in her sister's name now. I wonder if the sister even knows.
I would think as a co-founder she would have to sign something, but
look how shady.
I was just about to say, but we are talking about Lynette. Really? Did she forge her signature?
Exactly. Did the mom and dad actually sign the adoption papers? I mean, there's actual proof that she couldn't get them to sign anything.
Yeah, but somehow she got signatures anyway.
Exactly. So mysteriously, where'd them signatures come from?
I think it was already already proven that the letter from the doctor was faked.
And if I'm not mistaken, she's actually said that she doesn't get along with her sister, has she not?
Yeah.
So why would her sister put herself in a position that could get her in trouble down the road if things aren't done right? Because as of now, with it being in her sister's name, her sister's the one that the government's going to go to if there's something hinky going on.
Miss Karen, be safe.
Not line up.
You're right. Common sense. David seen Lynette grifting her child and he got mad and asked for his money back. No, he didn't start asking questions until it came out about Gabe. Until all these documents about Gabe being charged with grand theft, several different charges of grand theft, that he started asking questions.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you and Jeremy released all that stuff, he was on it. He was wanting to know where his money was going, what the money was being used for. Yeah. And it's funny. Lisa can turn her phone on to stalk Jeremy Hales at the schoolhouse, but she can't turn her phone on to answer questions to this guy while she's driving down the road home. Wow. Imagine that.
Right. And we have all seen this crazy ass woman live stream from her phone driving down the road before. So why could she not do it?
Well, even after she got home, she still refused to talk to him. You know, she could have nipped all this in the butt and answered every one of the guy's questions the minute she got home. But no, what does she do? She waits till 10 o'clock at night, goes live, and starts running the guy through the dirt. crying.
Well, we know the Lowe's gift cards paid for the fence. We already knew that. The fence is irrelevant at this point. We know where the money for the fence went. We all can see
Now
the
there's
fence.
actual there is actual screenshots of the Amazon wish list, and you can see in the screenshots how many of those gift cards were bought for the fence.
Yeah.
And those, just the gift cards from Lowe's alone, were well over the amount of money she needed for the fence. I mean, well over the amount of money. And then that goes back to, again, why didn't she use the gift cards just to pay for the fence instead of taking the money off the gift cards, then pay for the fence? That makes no sense whatsoever. There's no reason why she had to go to Lowe's and cash those cards in and then turn around and give Lowe's back the money. She could have just done it all from home and bought the fence using the gift cards without ever leaving her kitchen table. Right,
Yeah.
Georgie? Or am I wrong?
I still feel like there's money left over from that. The fence, there ain't no way in hell they paid $15,000 for that fence. Have y'all seen the fence
No,
panels?
absolutely
And they only did the front.
Absolutely. There's maybe 30 panels, maybe at most 30 panels. If you do the math at they're $50 a panel, just do the math. That's not a whole lot of money. I mean, yeah, it's a nice chunk of money, but they brought more in than what they paid for that stuff. Her sitting there saying that she had to pay out of pocket. Why? Explain that one to me, Georgie.
It doesn't make any sense. Nothing that woman says makes any sense.
I mean,
not only was it cheap fencing, but they didn't do the whole property. Now, however, if they'd have done a wraparound fence, the entire property, I could see it costing $15,000. But just that front lawn right there, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way.
Okay, 30 fence panels at $50 a panel. Okay, just say $50 a panel. That's only $1,500. That's it. So say do it on.
I just hit 902.
Let's just go 6. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's go 60 panels. 60 panels is only $300 or $3,000. They still collected more than $3,000 for those.
Okay, pause on the Lynette drama for a minute. Can we all lift Lulu and her family up in prayer? They're having to rush her mom to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lulu.
So let's all say a prayer for Lou.
I hope she's all right. If you guys in the chat don't know, Lilu is one of our super mods. She is probably one of the nicest women, I've ever met on social media. As far as our mods go, she is a sweetheart. She keeps us going every day. I don't know what we would do without her.
I'd be lost without Lou and Spliffy and
her
Tosh
and
Tim and Paul.
Yeah, all of our mods, they work their butts off. I mean, Georgie and I are on here anywhere from 2 to 3 hours at a time, Monday through Friday. And these guys are always here busting their tail to make sure the chat stays good.
Absolutely.
And they're constantly posting our links. They are top notch in my book. That must be why I don't see her in the chat right now. Is she all right?
She's headed to her mom.
Okay.
That's how I knew about it. She messaged me to let me know that she had to go.
All right, Lilu, if you are listening by some stroke of luck, deepest sympathies, girls. You're in our thoughts and prayers. I hope everything works out for your mom. Man, this kind of stuff makes you sit back and think, okay, this could happen to anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Absolutely.
So if you guys haven't done it, grab a hold of your nearest loved one and give them a hug, because you never know. Never know.
From what I was told, she had called the doctor to make her mom a doctor appointment, and the doctor just told her she needs to go to the hospital. Get her to the hospital. So,
well, we'll let
Lou, we love you, and we are with you in spirit, and we're lifting you and your mom up in God's healing hands.
I'm gonna say something to the chat. Most of my channel in its existence have been me making videos to teach people. I just started this live streaming stuff the past couple of months with Georgie. It's been a blast meeting all these people. And if you guys don't know, Lilu and Spliffy, their husband and wife, for the ones in the chat that don't know, and they are hilarious. I mean, they are probably some of the funniest couple I've ever seen. Right, Georgie? I mean, they make everybody
I
laugh.
love being in calls with Lou and Spliffy. It's always fun with them.
I think the most entertaining thing is they're from Scotland. They're Scottish. And those accents, they can get me to laugh probably quicker than anybody on the planet listening to them two go at it. Am I crazy here, Georgie?
I love it. Watching them in chat, and they're in our servers as well, and they're just so much fun to be with.
Oh, they are hilarious. I mean, I always like people talk about my accent and Georgie's being from the South, okay? But when you hear those accents from overseas, from the UK and from Scotland and stuff like that, Ireland, the Scottish and the Irish can make me smile and laugh more than any of those overseas countries' dialogue. I mean, they're just hilarious. That's why I love listening to Muzzy when she goes live.
Oh, I love listening to music.
Just her accent just sucks you right in, and you just want to listen to everything she says. And Spliffy and Lilu, it's the same way with them. I mean, they are hilarious.
Spliffy pulls out that leprechaun accent, and I'm just like full attention.
I bet he's more Irish than he is Scottish. Oh my goodness. But Lilu, if you're listening, Spliffy, if you're listening, you're in our thoughts and prayers, guys. If there's anything that we can do, let us know.
Okay, so those panels came from Lowe's, so anybody could go on the Lowe's website and pull up those exact panels on the Lowe's app, which is how she ordered them.
Most definitely.
And get the exact price in that location and add it up pretty easily.
Well, here in Florida, they're pretty much all the same. All the stores are pretty much the same price. Okay, let's go. We're just going to do that. Okay. All right. What am I doing this for? I'll pull this sucker right up here pull it right up here.
Am I missing something?
Who that? Okay, this has got to go over here, out of the way. All right, you two, be good. Oh, let's go to fence panels. Right here. That's the easy way to do it. Something happened over there, Young?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm confused.
On. All right, it looks like the 8-foot fence panels. This is the cheapest ones they sell. This is the ones they bought. They are $60 a piece. They might have been a little cheaper when they bought them, but this is the lowest wooden fence panel, and this is the exact fence panel that they bought, $60 a piece. So if we do the little rinky-dink math, do it over,
$60 a piece,
we got,
and that's the
yeah,
cheapest one, which is what they've got.
that's the cheapest one. Exactly. And just say by some stroke of luck they did 60 panels, which they did not. That's still only $3,600. Now, if you want to put the Quickcrete in there, last time I looked at Quickcrete, it's less than $6 a bag. It's right around $6 a bag. 60 panels, that'd be 62 posts they would have to buy. That's the panel right there that they bought. See it, Georgie?
Yes.
All right. So we'll go to okay, didn't they buy 8-foot or 10-foot? They bought 10-foot, didn't
8-foot, because it's a 6-foot fence, so
Was
it
it
goes 2 foot of it goes in the ground.
they?
They bought
8 foot. And
8-foot post, 2 foot in the ground, which made it a 6-foot fence.
And that's a 6-foot. Here's the cheapest 4x4 fence post is $10.78. Let's just say $11. So we'll take that. Remember $3,600, right?
36.
You got
36.
that wrote down?
It was $36.50, wasn't it? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, just go 36
Okay.
even. And fence posts would be 62 posts at $11 a piece. That's $682. You got that wrote down?
How much?
$682.
$682.
So now let's go get the Quickcrete. And I would imagine, I can't remember what colored bags they used, but Quickcrete, I would assume, would be what they used because it's quick and easy. It's fast.
The cheapest bag, you already know they're going to buy the cheapest thing.
So I'm saying $5, just say $6 a bag for an 80-pound bag.
So
if they do 2 bags
per post.
Where'd my calculator go? Is that my calculator? No, that's not my calculator. I closed it.
Per post. How many posts did you say?
There's 62 posts.
So 62 times 2.
Let's clear this.
2 times 2.
That's 124 bags times $6. That's $744. So what do we got? 744 plus 600 and what?
82. 4 plus 6.
Wrong. Oh, wrong.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So it's 3,600 plus
7, 8, 9,
6,
is
8,
12.
2.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
And what was the last? That's not
3
right.
plus 2 is 5,026.
Okay, $5,026, and they collected well over $5,000 for those fence posts. So you explain to me why any money would come out of her pocket. Now, just remember, guys, we're being extremely generous on these numbers. There was not 60 panels, there were not 62 posts, and they did not put 2 bags per hole. So we're giving them, we're being extremely jealous. So this number is actually a lot cheaper or a lot less. So just say on the high end, $5,500. They collected well more than $5,500.
Oh, for sure. Wasn't there like 10 grand in gift cards, if not more?
Yep. Gift cards alone.
Okay, let's add bolts and screws
that you could go on and see. Huh?
Let's add.
Yeah, we didn't even put on
screws and bolts.
Yeah, we didn't even tack.
Say another $40 for a bucket of screws.
And then on top of that, you got the gate too. The hinges for the gate itself. Those poles were probably, the gate poles alone were probably 2 bags of cement easy. If they didn't use 2 bags of cement, something's wrong.
Even if you add an extra $40 for 2 buckets of screws, that's still only 5,066.
Let's just round it straight $6,000.
Yeah.
That is a high number. They still collected more than that. So explain to us where that money went, guys. And that's not counting the other gift cards, all of the food gift cards they collected, all the toys they collected. We all know that a child loves nothing more to get for Christmas than the Lowe's gift card.
Shut up, Slug. I will have my mods put you in the corner. I'm kidding, mods. Do not put little brother in the corner. He's just being silly.
What's he babbling about now?
He's Slug being Slug.
Go play with your Legos. Come back and see us when you're done.
Ron.
Bye.
Always wanted to help Lynette, but could never find anyone who could make change for a penny.
And just think, guys, those gift cards, well over the amount of money that they needed. Not to mention the super chats that were supposed to be going to the whole thing, all the money donated on your PayPal and Give, Send, Go, or what, all the GoFundMe's, all that stuff they were collecting money. So these guys have got some. I can't believe as money hungry as Liar Nut is, she's not been adding this up in her head, questioning, hey, I want my money.
Right.
And I'm sure if she ever sees these numbers, pays attention to these numbers, which I'm pretty sure she probably has, but I would think if she actually saw these numbers that people have been floating around in these hate groups.
Miss Tammy said her brother just did a fence like this on his 1 acre land. He paid $8,500 for it all. He did the entire 1 acre, right? Like he did a full fence.
Yeah, and they only did just the front, across the front, and maybe 1 or 2 panels down each side. I think.
Yeah, they did 1 panel on each corner to make it cornered off, but they didn't do the entire property.
Right. the corner on Jeremy's end, they did one panel. The corner on the other end, I think they did 3 or 4, trying to block off the neighbors.
Oh, and let's not forget that they did it in front of the electric pole, and it's supposed to be behind the pole.
Well, that it depends on that, because I know where I live, we have an electric pole out by the road that we pay for, and then we have another one in our actual yard that sits right beside my shop. So my whole property is fenced off.
Right.
So I'm not sure on that. RICO statutes in Florida, I would imagine the RICO statutes in Florida are the same as they are everywhere. That's George owes you a Lego war. I could see that.
Listen, if I could afford Lego, we would totally have a Lego war. I haven't built Legos in years.
My kids got Lincoln Logs. They didn't get Legos.
We had Lincoln Logs growing up too. Do y'all remember the cardboard bricks that we had in school too? There were these giant cardboard bricks that we used to build houses out of in preschool.
Yeah, this is a lot of money, guys. This is a lot of money. I mean, people sit there and they try and talk a big game over there, but
hello, Mr. Bill.
At the end of the day, these con artists, these people have collected a ton of money.
You know, I kind of look at it like Lynette's karma too, because the scam artist is getting scammed.
Yeah, the con artist getting conned.
It's kind of beautiful.
I honestly think in the beginning that they were maybe doing this trying to help her, you know, and stick it to Jeremy at the same time.
And then they got a taste of all the money.
Saw how much, when they saw how much was actually coming in, I think they sat back and said, holy cow, we got us a nice little piggy bank here. They're never going to know. The only thing that they can be held accountable for are the actual cards on the Amazon wish list. The rest of it, nobody can actually really keep track of. You know what I mean? All the super chats, all of the Cash App, Venmos, all that stuff. I'll tell you right now, Lynette's not getting all that money. I guarantee it. Especially when you have two people like those two people are.
Bite me, Tim.
I mean, the guy's already been proven that he steals from
elderly
individuals. Right. And stealing from elderly, that's taking more work than it is these fools just handing over cash to them. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is go on their live stream and say, give me money. Just give me your money. And they hand it to them. But I have noticed, and you've probably seen this too, they were up around just under 4,000 subscribers. Now they're all the way down to just barely over 3,200. People are waking up.
Yep.
Especially after all those court documents came out, and then this stuff with David. But the hardcore haters, they're going to stick with them no matter what, because they just hate Jeremy so bad. Anything that the fleas can do to hurt them, and anything they can do to hurt them, they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Bill?
Okay, Nikki.
I would say
the people who sent it should already have on their end their records anyway of how much they sent.
Right. And see, Head Flea's whole excuse behind all of this, we're not a foundation. We're not collecting no donations. She thinks that she doesn't have to follow the same rules with transparency as somebody that's collecting for a foundation or donations for individuals. She's wrong. This is going to come back to bite her in the butt. It only takes one person to go to the police. David, on the other hand, being in the UK or being overseas, I don't think he's going to have a whole lot of a leg to stand on legally here. But if somebody here if they just contributed $1, they have the right to ask questions.
Exactly. If someone's taking in donations, and the people donating have every right to transparency to see that that money is going exactly where they were told it would go.
Yep.
When my mother's house burnt down back in 2020, I took in just a little over $2,500 from my mom and my uncle. And I and this was on TikTok. I live streamed every step that I took with that $2,500 that was donated to my mom. I went to the store and I got them their toothbrushes and toothpaste and body wash, and I literally showed every single detail because that's the way it should be. If you are taking money in for someone, be transparent and show the people where that money's going. I was showing videos of the house as it burned when I was taking in the money. I took my entire stream, my entire chat to the property and showed them the house, and they got to watch it be torn down. They saw everything from day one of them giving me money.
This is one thing that I haven't thought about yet. I just now thought about it. I personally don't want to give those people any money whatsoever. No. But think of it like this. You don't have to be a fan to donate. And like I said, if you donated just $1, you're entitled to transparency of where that money's going.
Absolutely.
So who's to say somebody that does not support them goes in, donates $5, $10, and then asks for transparency. And once they're denied, like I said, you don't have to be a fan. And once you're denied that transparency of where that money went, then you got somebody that's not on that side of the fence that can go to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's obvious that the fools are loving giving them money. I mean, they're just saying, here, take what you want. It's okay. Take as much as you want. Here's my wallet.
Right. Well, it's like all that money Jeremy took in for Christmas in the Creek. And then where he got the donations for Cedar Key, the food bank in Cedar Key, he showed everything. He showed where everybody's money went. He showed where everybody's gifts went. That's the way it should be.
That's what a moral person does. Somebody that's truly there to help other people. That's what kind of morals he has. These people on this side of the fence or on that side of the fence, they have no morals. They don't care.
Mm-mm.
But, that just occurred to me. Anybody can donate. Anybody can buy a gift card. Anybody can buy anything they want to help Lynette, and they can turn around and ask for transparency. Huh. What's that, Miss Palmer's?
I'm working on it at Mr.Coop. Dragnet. Florida's RICO statute is a bit different than federal. However, since some participants are out of state, it could be interesting.
Yes, it could. See, that RICO Act, that's pretty interesting.
Exactly.
I've read up a little bit on that in the past. And that whole law was created to put a mobster, I can't remember his name now, Al Capone. It was created to put Al Capone in prison. They couldn't get him on murder. They couldn't get him on anything. So they went after him for tax evasion. And they used the RICO Act to pull down his whole organization. So that's where that came into play. And I would imagine that Florida's RICO Act is probably pretty similar to the federal case, to the federal RICO Act. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think that would be very interesting with all the components of this whole organization of theirs in different states. It would be interesting. It'd be federal. That would be, right, Georgie?
I know nothing about the RICO thing or how that works or any of that. I'm willing to look into it before I speak on it, but yeah.
Well, if you want to see something that's one enjoyable to watch and has a lot of truth in it, but it's still at the end of the day it's a fictional movie, watch the old original movie that Kevin Costner made. What was the name of that movie? It's where they basically created the RICO Act to go after Al Capone. It's not Dragnet. Untouchables. The Untouchables. If you watch that movie, it will lead you down a rabbit hole that now you'll start researching the RICO Act and you'll see how they used all of this, how they came up with all of it.
What are you two doing? They have now found
They
have found the metal spiral on my notebook and they're now chewing at that, pecking at that. What is it? Huh?
I got them running around all over me because Tickles is getting tired of being messed with by Blue, so she's constantly
Trying to run away.
running and him chasing.
She's trying to run away from him.
Yeah, she's running and he's chasing. Here she comes back. Elliot Ness. He was the FBI agent that brought down Al Capone. And they used it. They couldn't get him on anything. I mean, this guy was so untouchable. They couldn't get him on nothing. And one of Elliot Ness's agents was a bookkeeper, and he figured it out how to use the tax evasion, how to use taxes to go after Al Capone, and that's how they originally got Al Capone, one of the most notorious mobsters in history in the United States.
I've seen all the stories about Al Capone. I just haven't seen those movies.
Yeah, watch it. It's a good movie. It's got Kevin Costner. There's quite a few. It's not a new movie. It's been out for I'd say at least 20 years. It's been out a long time. Back when Kevin Costner still had hair.
Common sense. She absolutely does.
Who that?
Lisa sure gets triggered by Megan. Yes, she does. She gets triggered by any woman that's prettier than her and better than her and smarter than her. Straight up.
Well, the difference is Megan actually does the research and she presents facts. Well, Lisa Lardass, she don't present nothing. She just lies. She just fabricates. I don't think she thinks. It just whatever comes out of her mouth is just spur of the moment.
Say what?
It's crazy.
Mike Jackson, you all are just talking with no proof. Where's the proof? Are you kidding me?
The proof. Go over Jeremy's stuff. Go watch it all.
Wait, what are you referring to, Mikey? What proof are you wanting? We have bounced between conversations. Which one do you want? Be more specific. Oh no, Sean Connery.
Whose side?
Sean Connery. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, he's got Sean Connery. I forgot about Sean Connery being in that movie too. He was in there.
How you gonna make a comment when we're not even talking about that ignorant stuff anymore? We're talking about movies.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
I'm not worried about it, but if someone asks for proof, I want to know what proof you're wanting. Tell me what part you're wanting and we can pull it.
Yeah, if they want to come in and talk about it, come on, let's talk. As long as you're nice, you're welcome. We'll talk about anything you want. I have proof. All you got to do is walk over to the Fleabags channel, watch it, just close your eyes and pick a live stream that they've created. There's my proof, because everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. How can I
Max,
prove
I've
it?
got it. Really? Don't attack them, chat. We are better than that side. Let him answer.
Yeah, don't attack.
Let-
They're not attacking anybody. Let's talk. Let's have some
we gave
dialogue
the
here.
crazy ass Lori G a chance. I'm willing to give somebody else a chance if they just want to debate and have a conversation. I'm good with that.
Yeah, let's go for it. Ask away,
See, what
brother.
was the last thing we talked about? The money? Where the money's at? The transparency?
Amazon.
That part. Lisa's mouth.
I mean, yep.
David's mouth.
Amazon wish list. The Amazon wish list alone debunks how much she says she's collected. Debunks that little, and that's just a small fraction of what they've collected.
Absolutely, see, girl.
If you want to, don't run off. I mean, everybody's gonna be nice to you. Come on in. We'll talk about this.
I'm down to have a conversation or debate with anyone. I really am.
Exactly.
That's the beautiful thing about this country. We can debate. We can have a conversation. We may not agree with one another, but we can have a conversation. If you're referring to the money, your Queen Flea, it came out of her own mouth. She's the one not being transparent with you guys.
And she is the only one coming from her own mouth. She is the only one controlling the money.
That came from her own mouth.
The only one.
Y'all sent her the money. It's her money. But when y'all were sending her the money, it was for Harley Grace's Holly Jolly Christmas. It was for the fence. It was for the barn dominium. Now it's for a barn warming. Where's the transparency? Y'all's top donor was asking questions, and she didn't want to answer the questions or be transparent.
Rebecca, he's in mine. He's on my side. Which, hey, I'm not going to block him unless he gets nasty. As long as he's happy and cordial, we'll talk about anything any of those knuckle draggers over there want to talk about. Makes no difference to me. I mean, I made a comment to Nikki the other day. There's a fool born every minute. And as long as those people aren't listening to her and they're just whipped up in a frenzy about Jeremy, they're not going to care. They're not going to question.
Which night was that one live stream? Someone sent me the screen recording of her saying, well, the super chats are mine. They were sent to me, to my channel. Yeah, they may say what they want it to go to, but it's my choice where it goes. It's my money.
And that right there proves that she's grifting for herself.
Wasn't that the night she was crying about David Rickard questioning her?
Probably.
Don't worry, chat. Our mods, they know.
I guess Mikey didn't want to talk to us. He decided to vamoose. He got his one little jab in and he took off. But if he comes back, chat, just
you
let
want
us
proof
know.
of the grand theft? Yeah. I can pull that up real quick too. See, we talked about his grand theft. We talked about the current donations she's taking in.
But I can tell you one thing, Mikey. If you think coming in here is going to whip us up into a lather, it's not going to work. we find a lot of what those people do funny. I've never in my life seen so many stupid people in one place at one time. So I find it funny. I'm not going to get worked up. I'm going to make sure if you decide you want to come over and chat with us, I will make sure, and so will Georgie, that our mods leave you alone. That our chat,
our mods
nice,
know.
As long as you're
they know they don't do anything without, hey, do this from us. And usually, I'll wait for Coop to say, "All right, Tim, get rid of them." Because that's usually what happens. All right, Tim directly.
As long as you're nice over here, we'll answer any question that you have, brother. But I'd say he's probably gone by now because that's been what, about 5 minutes we've been trying to get him to talk to us. Wow,
Well,
Mama's off
hi,
early.
Gail. Where you been, sweetie?
Huh. Huh. Tickles, what are you doing, baby? Get off of there.
I've been evicted. Well, not legally evicted. But like, you know how a landlord, they start out with that 14-day possible eviction notice because oops, you were late for your rent. That happens. Especially in the economy that we've had the last few years. But when we were younger, we got behind. But we caught it back up. We turned around and paid our rent. We didn't actually legally get evicted. We just got a notice saying, hey, if you don't pay this in 14 days, you're out of here. Guess what? We turned around and we paid our rent. We had newborns. Shit happens. What she's doing is a whole nother, that's a whole nother scam.
But hey, he's more than welcome to sit there and lurk and watch us. You know, it just gives us more watch hours. And I'm pretty sure it's probably socking him with ads over there. So he can sit and lurk. He's more than happy. He's welcome. Welcome.
That's what I'm saying, Orphan. I've never actually legally been evicted, but we've gotten those, hey, you're late by this amount of time, and if you don't pay this within this 14 days, you're out of here type eviction. It's not a legal eviction notice, but it's what landlords do, especially private landlords. My own damn mama tried to evict me. The woman that gave birth to me handed me an eviction notice, and we had a newborn baby. I did. We did. We let's see. I was 22, maybe 23. He was working 2 full-time jobs. I was working 2 full-time jobs, and we had 2 toddlers. And 9 times out of 10, we bought what the babies needed first and then paid rent.
People don't realize when you have newlyweds with young, or not even newlyweds, when you have a young family starting out, when you have babies first, you know, it's hard in the beginning. Trying to deal with babies, trying to get your work schedules to align to where you can take care of everything. Everybody thinks there's a magical book out there that people can just pick up and read and parents are going to know all the answers. Well, today's society is probably easier than it was back then. I mean, I know my kids were born in the late 80s. There was no books. You had to depend on your family to tell you what to do. It was all a learning experience. So, you know, you had to figure out, we got to rob Peter to pay Paul so Pauline gets something.
Why did my mom do that? I have told y'all I know there's new people coming in, but I've told y'all many a times the relationship we used to have with my mother and how my stepfather treated me as a child growing up. My stepfather was extremely abusive, and I had just given birth to Tiny. Like, he fresh out the hospital, and he come in there demanding I give him money. And he tried to put his hands on me, and I punched him in the face. A week later, my mom handed me an eviction notice. She took his side like she always did my entire life. She took his side. And all I did was defend myself. And I told him, I'm not that little girl anymore. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to stomp your rear end. I'm not letting anyone put their hands on me and get away with it.
Miss Palmer, you were born, raised, and grew up here in Florida, weren't you? Go ahead, Georgie.
No, you're fine.
I was just asking Miss Palmer that. I'm gonna wait and find out what she says before I open my mouth.
Thank you, Trish. I couldn't remember what it was called. Thank you for that. A notice to quit. Yes.
I noticed to quit what?
That's when it's the first notice you get when you get behind on rent before they actually take you to court to have you legally evicted.
Oh.
You get a notice to quit. I couldn't remember what it was called. That's why I kept calling it an eviction notice, because technically that's what it is. The way when we were younger, every time we got our tax money every year when we were first newlyweds with toddlers and with our newborns, because we had Shelby and Bailey back to back. Like, they're literally 9 months and 2 weeks apart. So I technically had 2 babies at one time. I had 3 under 5 with the girls. And as young adults, as newlyweds with new babies, we made mistakes when we were younger. But every year with our tax money, we would take and pay up at minimum 6 months in rent. So when that 6 month would hit, we had a tendency of forgetting that it was due because we didn't have to pay for 6 months. Our rent was paid up for 6 months. So we would get that notice to quit that first month, that 7th month, simply because we forgot that it was due.
Oh, see, girl, what's happening, girl? Oh, did Miss Palmer's ever answer me? I wasn't paying attention. No, she hasn't answered yet. She's probably lurking somewhere. She'll answer if she heard it. But anyway, my thing is growing up here in Florida, I started my family here. And here is there's a lot more opportunity where I grew up than what there was where I moved to. So here, I could have supported my family easily. But moving to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, winter times up there were crazy. And I mean, there was a lot of paychecks where we were wondering, okay, what are we not going to pay this week? So yeah, I could see, Georgie, where things get hard.
Oh, there was,
especially when it's all new.
There was several years where we survived on food from Dollar Tree. We spent all our money on the stuff the babies needed: formula, diapers, wipes, gas in the car for us both to get back and forth to work. There was several years where I wasn't working because I was fresh out the hospital from having babies. So all of it was on him. And at that point in time, the only thing he knew was mechanics. And where we were living, which was my hometown, there wasn't much mechanic business available for him. But now that he's gotten his licenses in the maintenance world and HVAC and plumbing and electricity, we have more options to pull from now. And he's able to pick up more side jobs, side gigs, because he's got more under his belt now than when we were younger, just starting out. So we struggled for the first 7 years, 8 years of our marriage. We struggled. It was rough.
Oh, I tell you right now, there were a lot of nights on my way home from work that I shot dinner right from the window of my truck. That's especially in the wintertime when things got really, really lean. Now, you don't live in a tourist town, do you?
I do now. I didn't. My hometown was a very, very tiny town.
Tourist towns suck, especially in the northern states where it snows and stuff, because everybody flipping leaves for the wintertime, and you got to deal with snow and all that crap. But man, A lot of people during the wintertime get laid off. It's hard. It's hard,
It is.
Georgie. You know, being a young family.
Oh, we still struggle to this day, but nowhere near like we did several years ago.
Well, you got to admit, as time goes on, you figure the system
Yeah.
out, you know, and eventually what you didn't know when you were younger, now you've learned, okay, I can do this to take care of this.
Yeah, move this from here to put here, and yeah.
Hello, Tracy.
Hi,
How are
Miss
you?
Tracy.
But yeah, it's getting there. Man, we've had a
Here's
good
the
stream today.
the
We've
thing with
covered a lot.
Aldi, you get your quarter back when you put the buggy back. That's not technically stealing from Aldi unless he's walking out with the buggy full of groceries and not paying.
Huh? Where'd you
Common
go?
Sense said, "Did you see that John Cook tells you all how to steal from Aldi's? Put your key in the cart quarter slot instead of the quarter." He said it works. Good people don't do this. Actually,
If
a lot of people do
if
it.
he's that much of a hot ass that he's got to rig a cart just to get a cart, that shows you how much of a low beat he is. I mean, like Georgie said, it gives you your damn quarterback.
A lot of
So if
people
he's that much of a
here
low beat,
with our local Aldi's, 9 times out of 10, if you're walking out and you're on your way back to put the buggy back, somebody walks up and says, "Hey, can I have that?" and hands you a quarter. You ain't got to be so.
we don't go to Aldi's that often, but when we do, Mama hates it because I usually leave the quarter in it so the next person doesn't have to pay. I mean, I know it's not that much, but
It's kind
still,
gestures. I
you know what
get
I
it.
mean?
We've done it.
Maybe it brought somebody a smile by me leaving a quarter in there. I mean, wow, we're not gonna be broke over it. But for John Cook to figure out a way to steal money, or not steal money, basically get a cart without putting his money. Yeah,
Why?
like you said, you get the quarter
Why?
back. So
Why do it that way? Now there are these really cool. A lot of people on Etsy have made these little things for the Aldi coin, and it's a keychain, and it's got the little Aldi coin in it, or they make the coin holder specifically for your Aldi cart,
right.
and you always have that one quarter or that one little Aldi coin, and it's actually approved by certain Aldi stores, like our Aldi. It's in such a small town that it's approved for you to use that little plastic coin, or you can use it over and over and over again, and it's attached to your keychain. You put your buggy back, your coin pops out, and there you go. You're good to go.
Max, send it to me. I'll pop it on the screen. Go ahead, Georgie.
Yeah, Max, send us the screenshot, and we'll put it up.
Well, he's told you 2 or 3 times he sent it to you.
Oh.
I guess you missed it, but.
Oh, my bad. It's because we were talking. Okay, so on the post where she was asking for a washing machine.
Why did she post something else? We saw that.
She commented on the post. Apparently somebody sent her a rude DM. Here you go.
Well, isn't that what those groups are for? I mean, you're going to have to blow it up.
I can't blow it up no more. Well, yes, I can. Hang on. I forgot about that trick you taught me.
Yeah, there you go.
How's it look?
There she is.
To the coward that sent me a rude DM, shame on you. It's not cool to judge others without getting to know them. And the truth first. Tisk, tisk, tisk. God doesn't like liars or ugly. Well, I guess he don't like you then, does he, Lynette? Next time, make it so I can reply. I'll pray for you, sir. Bless her heart.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Max. That was my bad. I was talking and not paying
So
attention.
she's got to reply on the post instead of
In the
replying
DM.
to the person that sent her the DM. Attention whore much?
She's out for her next victim.
Oh,
This is
yep. Whoever sent her that DM is now going to turn into the next villain.
the post she commented on. Does anyone near
Right.
us have a used wash machine? Washing. Washing. You forgot the ing on the end. Free or inexpensive? Please DM if you do. Thank you. She literally asked for people to DM her and then get butthurt when they DM her.
Tammy made a good point.
But it came from the group, so it wasn't it had to be her because the comment come from the author.
I think Tammy's playing.
Maybe she finally learned how to use spell check. Here's the post, Gail. She's begging for a washing machine. Somebody to give her a washer. Mercedes.
Well, holy cow! Have you seen how long we've been on today?
Holy crap. We've had good conversation, I guess.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
we have. I bet Mama called me a while ago. She's on her way home.
We've not even paid attention to the timer. The chat's been constantly. Hi, Native.
This has been one of our awesome days.
No.
Everything's clear.
Yeah, we've had great conversation. Native, no, we've been on since
11
well,
o'clock.
10 a.m. my time, so 11. It went from a morning stream to an afternoon stream, but we've had such great conversation, we didn't realize the time flew by.
We never even got to finish Mikey's video.
No.
We'll have to finish that tomorrow. We stopped at right around 30 minutes, so we can finish that up. Well, Monday. Well, no, we got
We've
the
got
inauguration Monday. Hey, I hope, yeah,
We've got inauguration.
I hope everybody comes and hangs out with us for the inauguration. We can chit chat, watch the inauguration live.
Yeah,
I'm
did
sure
you watch
Georgie?
Did you?
What?
So I was able to get through the YouTube creator music. I was able to get the national anthem, the license to it, and everything. So I created a little slideshow type thing for Monday morning for us to do the national anthem before inauguration. There's no.
Oh, okay. I just listening. I thought you were still going.
No, it threw me off for a second because it was like showing that sound was coming out of your bubble, but nothing was coming out. And I'm like, did you pull a boomer moment? Hi, Harry.
I was just listening to you, looking at the
Oh.
chat. I wasn't paying attention. But I think we're going to call it a day on this one
Alrighty.
because I've got soup in there. I got to go stir. I got to feed chickens now. I'm behind. It's 2:30 my time. Usually we're off of here between 1:30 and 2 most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time, but we've had great conversation today.
We'll leave them wanting more.
Okay, guys, don't forget we have True Crime Saturdays. Tomorrow we are covering Sonia Massey, and I will have Mike from Vetter Nation and TC from Minnesota Black Robe Regiment on with me. We're doing it early tomorrow. I'm not doing a late night stream like we usually do because TC's an old grandpa and he goes to bed with his chickens.
And I might be live streaming some fishing tomorrow.
Ooh, what time?
I don't know yet. This is just something that popped in my head last night. I'm thinking about going bank or kayak, one of the
I don't
two.
think.
I'm not going to go out deep. I'm not going to go out deep. I'm going to stay close because with this time of the year, with the water being cold, the crappies specks, they're up closer to shore. I don't have to go out very deep. So if I can get the phone to work, being I'm on the water, I'm thinking about live streaming, but I don't have a time. It'll be something that'll just pop up.
Okay, so just in case, I will be live at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern.
All
That way
right.
you'll have something to go off of. That way I can be in your chat.
All right. Well, if I'm out fishing, I won't be able to respond to chat. It'll just basically, you guys will be seeing me fishing and talking, because I won't have the room to actually respond to anything. It'll just be hit play and do my thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if I'm on the bank and I'm doing bank fishing, now that's a different story. I can set up a tripod and I can literally look over at the phone ever so often. But if I'm on the kayak, nah, it'll be on my chest. I won't be able to look down and read anything. But I don't know yet. That's something I've got to do a test run on to see what's going to happen. Blue, you better calm down, little man. All right. Got anything else you need them to know, girlie?
Mr. Harry, that's what's making me nervous is if he takes the kayak out, he's already flipped it once and lost a lot of his stuff.
Well, now, I do have fixes.
I am very nervous about him being on his kayak. I'd rather him bank
Now, you
fish.
got to remember, I've been a kayak fisherman for 10 years, and that's the first and only time I've ever flipped my kayak. And I've corrected that problem. I created the problem and I fixed the problem.
For those of you just coming in, because as Common Sense didn't realize, I'm the Wilburns. Those of you that's on my side of the chat, the Wilburns, that's me. Hi, I'm Georgie. Mods, can y'all give Common Sense Coop's link in the chat on my side, please? And then my link on Coop's side of the chat for everybody. Oh, absolutely not. Coop is old enough to be my father. My husband's in there with the kiddos. So, with that being said,
Yeah, my kids are actually older than
yeah.
you are.
Coop's like,
My daughter's 37, my son is 35.
yeah, your kids are older than me. But Coop's like a father figure. He's kind of like him and Mama Coop have just like took me under their wings.
There's another one I got a while ago.
Did Mama make that one or did you?
No, it was earlier when we were watching Mike's stuff. I was
I
playing
like that one.
Yeah.
Look at her eyes. I love that one.
I just went ahead and took all of the text off of it and I'll just put my own text on there.
I love that one. It's so cute and fluffy. You'll have to send me that one so I can put it in thumbnails.
I will. Now, some of these, you know how you can use your phone and you can literally put your finger down on it and grab like a picture? Like, say, for instance, the little owl there. You could just put your thumb on it and you could grab just the owl off of there and put it in something else. Some of these you can do. I don't know if you can do this one because it's got the laptop monitor right there, but
I can do a background removal. But do you notice that the mic is coming out of the owl's belly?
Yeah. That's another one of them AI things. But you know, the avatars that I sent you with just the owl, I'm pretty sure you can probably hold down on your finger with that and snip the owl right out of there and put it on something else.
That's probably what I was going to do with this one is just pull us off of this one and then like just throw it on the thumbnail because I make our morning stream thumbnails and I need a cute little gator and owl to put on it.
There you go.
I like that one. She's fuzzy
All right.
and she's got the big old eyes.
Yeah, I got quite a few of them earlier. I just took the text off and I showed you that one. The ones I got while we were watching Mike stuff, they're more or less the fuzzy stuff. Like that one. Oh, you hear them. That means Mama's
Yep.
home.
All right, guys.
Yep, they're all.
I'm going to do the send-off real quick since Mama Coop just got home. Remember, guys, you are one of a kind and never let anyone dim your light. I will see y'all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central.
All right, guys and gals, y'all know we got the social media sites down below in the description box. Come over and join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. It's entirely up to you. And with all that being said, Coop's pretty much going to say, keep out.
It's that time again, my friends. Time to part till next we see. Gonna sail on different winds, but your heart stays close, my friend. Distant roads may pull us apart, but our memories never die. Underneath the same bright sky, we'll be together by and by. Until we meet again, my friends, in the stories that we've weaved, every moment that we share is a treasure we can't spare. Through the seasons we may roam, chasing dreams on a dirt road home. Every memory of our time reminds us that life's so fine. Through the seasons we may roam, chasing dreams on a dirt road home. Every memory of our time reminds us that life's so fine. Farewell is not forever, just a pause along the road. Our connection we won't sever, it's a bond that can't unfold. Until we meet again, my friends, in the stories that we've weaved, every moment that we share is a treasure we can't spare. Until we meet again, my friends, in the stories that we've weaved, every moment that we share is a treasure we can't spare.